and I'll adjust everybody else down a
Can
bit.
you post the Hamachi password in the chat?
Is it pinned? No.
Shouldn't have one.
Password is required for joining this network.
Are you doing 2 or the first one? Are you doing the first one? No, it should be nothing. I have it set to nothing.
I'm looking at the pinned one.
Pinned one. Pinned one. Yeah, there's no password set on that.
It's telling me I need the password.
Try cat or dog.
Shh. Now reveal the password. People are streaming.
Oh, and by the way, funny enough, Midge, Hornet, 6 people, 6 passengers on a Hornet.
That makes sense.
Can you confirm that is the correct Hamachi one?
Yeah, no, it's the correct Hamachi one, and I'm looking at it on here. It has no password requirement. I'll set one though, just in case. I guess I'll set it to dog.
Saying a password is required for joining this network.
Yeah, that makes sense because there's 3 seats in the back facing each other, like each way. So there's 3.
No,
3.
the Hornet. No, the Hornet is the attack craft from Halo 3. It's the one with the 2 jets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. So it's there's 2 benches, right? So it's a pilot and then a bench. You can get through on the bench. Same with a Huey. What's it called? The little birds. You can get through on the benches.
Yeah, no. A Falcon can have 1 pilot and 7 passengers.
I'm guessing the Hornet is made out of the little bird's model, so that's why I say because that can have 3 on each side. So that's why.
Maybe. Hornet's a mean little bastard, though. I did some test flying of that thing, and it's got like 2 chain guns and a couple of missile racks on it, and it's a mean little bastard.
Have we set our password up?
Yep, it's a dog.
Password rejected.
I don't know what to tell you, man. There wasn't a password on there, and now there is a password.
Nope.
Might be time to just yeet your computer into the like a window.
No, don't do that.
I'm about that point.
Try it now. Try it now, because I booted out your previous profile, so now it's just you should be joining in.
Password rejected.
Resend him all the info he needs to connect directly, just in case there was a typo in whatever we pinned or something.
There isn't though. I just checked. It hasn't changed. My IP address hasn't changed, and neither has the name. Yeah, that's fine. It's exactly right. Try capital FG space capital S for sleeping, and just go full sleeping with capital S, Giants capital G 2 with spaces in between all the words. That's the second room. And that has no password on it.
Right, could you just type it out in the chat?
Yep. It's the same IP address. Oh. Fantasy Grounds Unity can't come soon enough.
Nope.
Roach is just sitting here in the corner like, please, just fucking release it already.
Try closing your Hamachi and then starting it up again.
Heavens. Look at the time.
Right.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. Just
No,
I mean,
it's
I've
just
got my
crusading
starting
time.
soon screen up, so we're good on my end.
Yeah, it's crusading time. You know, we're heading into the Grey Wastes with a Palorian priest, and it's time to.
We need
you
our
know, continue
Etesian
to-
barbarian and his
Yeah.
brother.
And his brother.
And his brother. He was busy in a fucking bowling alley, the prick.
I wonder what class his brother is.
I would have to say he's probably like some erudite. He said he's fairly learned, so maybe something like a.
I mean, do you want to know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, he is a fighter, level 4.
Oh, cool.
Level 4, strength 15, dex 12, con 14, intelligence 14, wisdom 12, charisma 7.
Charisma what?
7.
7. F.
He's not particularly good around people.
No, it's not working.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not working.
I have over 10 more charisma points than he does.
Okay, so, and did you try, after restarting, did you try the first and second one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and you haven't been able to, and you're using, check. 4, yes. I'm gonna restart my Hamachi.
That'll kick us from the game, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Started it back up.
It didn't kick us from
I
the
want us to
game.
log out of Humachi as well.
Yeah,
no,
didn't
you don't-
kick us out.
Well, no, it did say you lost connection, but now you.
Oh,
have
yeah.
connection.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah.
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 Yep, he's a level 4 fighter and he's a cavalier.
Oh.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds impressive.
I was going to play a
I
cavalier.
believe
They're cool.
it's what's it called? It's like a specialty fighter who's based around riding.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
gets bonuses when he's in the saddle.
Yeah, I believe that was a specific class in different, or an archetype in different.
In
systems.
Pathfinder,
It's
it is
Pathfinder.
its own class.
Yes, that's right. And there's archetypes that let you like ride dragons. I believe there is actually an archetype, I believe, in that system that lets you ride a dragon, which
Hmm.
was OP as shit.
The big, well, the what was my favorite one that I played? I always tell this story, but it was I like Pathfinder because of the customization you get of all your classes. I played a rogue half elf, and I took the feat throw anything. One at level 1, so it was like for it was like a one shot, so it was like level 4 or something like that. And so he just spec'd into having wrist sheaths of daggers and then bandoliers of alchemist fire and acid.
So you basically made a grenadier class.
Basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, I basically could throw anything without disadvantage, or without taking a negative to it. So it was just dexterity check, and so I can.
I like the idea
It's
that
like Ezio. It's like Ezio shucking daggers at people, just pulling daggers out of hidden belts and shit.
So
flinging them
is
at
what
people.
I would do is if it with a class that was like throw
Try
anything,
no
I
password
wouldn't
this
take
time.
any.
Try no password, because now I've taken passwords completely off Utari.
I wouldn't
Oh,
take
boy.
anything with me, and I'd just walk around the room and find things to throw. It's a rock.
Okay,
It's a
hold
rock.
on. I'm going to get rid of these rooms and start them up again. Basically, we'll have to all rejoin the rooms,
Okay.
brand new ones. So I'm just going to.
So while we wait, let's
networks.
have some question time with everybody, shall we? Let's just someone come up with a subject matter.
I'm not gonna say politics because we'll fucking go down a
No,
rabbit hole.
no,
and
no,
we'll
no,
stand
no.
the entire
we don't do
fucking-
politics when we're on air.
The entire fucking stream will just be us talking about politics. So let's not go there.
Huh. Right. Anything bar politics.
A tabletop gaming place opened up in a town near where I live, and I'm going down there tomorrow morning to hand in my CV and hopefully get a job there.
Oh, nice.
Because fuck security.
Fuck doing security work.
I was out last night from 9 p.m. till 9:45 this morning because I had to stay around because the guy was not late when else showed up because they wanted an extra person there, and I was so tired. I was dead.
I saw you message about internet on at 3 a.m. and I was up, but better sleeping bad. I was like, if I reply to this, I'm just going to start a conversation, and no one wants to be booped because I guarantee that someone here will be booped at like 3 a.m. So,
Big
Oh,
boobs.
when I'm sleeping, I have you guys on Do Not Disturb.
I mean, I don't change my Discord settings. If it was on my phone, it was on my phone. But like, I don't like ever have notifications really on my phone. If that makes sense, my phone is always silent, no vibrate.
Always on Do Not Disturb, I think is the mode.
Not Do Not Disturb
Do we have
because
to
it's still.
join an existing network, Roach, or
Yep, I've put all the information in there. There are 2 rooms there. Password is what it is. For both rooms.
Password ID blank.
The same exact password
is
for both.
I'm gonna have to copy these manually because I can't bring them up on stream.
You're in Utah.
error. Password is rejected. Is there a capital letter in there?
No.
Right, I'm finally in Sleeping Giants 2.
Am I using the right
Okay.
IP?
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? The
What?
box where you're meant to put in the thing, right? You're putting on the IP. I'm putting in the IP. That's not how you fucking log into the rooms, the IP. The IP doesn't mean anything. You know what you was putting down and saying, oh, this is the password. That's actually the ID.
Oh,
That's what was confusing me.
Oh,
And because
that's
it was
horrible.
pinned, that's like, I'm furiously trying to put in the IP thing, and that's why it wasn't working. The moment I put in that Sleeping Giants 2 room, that's it. Done.
Oh,
So
Yep.
we
Hang on,
need
I'm
to
confused
delete
now.
that freaking IP
Big
from the pin
fucking
messages because that's going to
F.
keep tripping us up. Because I know we had this problem several times before.
Oh, so you don't need the
What?
IP at all.
You don't need the IP at all. We need to know what the room name is for the network and the password. That's
So-
what we should
Yeah,
have pinned,
that's what I
not
put
the
in.
IP.
rival. First box is
Sleeping
SJ2.
Giants 1,
No, 2.
2.
Or whatever.
box.
However he wants to join in there. Only some of you can get into each room. That's why there's 2 of them.
Right.
And now is the game back up?
Game's still up. No, the game is completely still up. Because of the
Because
way
now
it works.
I can't connect to
it's-
the game.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me. It
No,
should have
I'm in
worked like
now.
that, but either way.
It was like
Yeah,
no,
mine-
it took a moment.
I just
needs a
exited out of it.
Shit, sorry.
I need a second anyway.
You need to wait a minute, Mitch. Give me time.
What? I tried it and then it came up with a password again. I was like, it's saying no. It's saying no. Oh, okay, there we go.
God damn it.
Bitch, have a fucking bit of patience. God damn it.
Well, if anybody listening or watching is wondering why,
Password rejected.
no capital.
God damn it, Minch.
Yeah, I'm not doing capital. I never do capital for you, mate. Why let me join the network now?
Okay.
Okay, so first box. First box is
Yeah.
the name.
Yeah, network ID is the 2 rooms you get, one of the 2 rooms.
Okay. And the
is
second
it
one-
spaced and everything's capital letters, whatever.
Yeah. Space and
yeah.
capital letters.
Yeah, all those should be the way I've written it is exactly how you should type it in for the first one.
Right.
Yeah. That's why there's capitals and spaces proper and all that, because that matters with Hamachi quite a bit. So it's
All right, I'm connecting
capital
now.
sleeping, capital giants, 1 or 2. I'm gonna pin this. I'm gonna get rid of my I'm gonna get rid
Original
of the IP.
pin and get rid of that one in.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the IP address on this. I'm gonna delete that message.
Do we still need the IP for the host address if Fantasy Rounds? Do we need a new login for Fantasy Rounds, or is that still the same?
It should be the same.
Yeah, it should all be the same. But yes, for Fantasy Grounds, you require the IP. That's where the confusion was coming in.
Oh well, that's still there on the pin, but yeah.
I'm just gonna wait and leave it because it's.
Well,
Hopefully.
it's taking its time to let me get into Fantasy Grounds.
It takes
It
time.
might be
Ooh.
crashing.
Because it's
Yeah,
technically, I think, isn't it your first time joining is always the longest one? Well, no, you've joined before. I don't know. Either way, it takes some time.
Because it's downloading all the shit that you have in there and stuff like that.
And we have a lot more maps now because Midge decided he's going to buy some.
Fucking nerd and his
Ka-ching.
maps.
Hey,
Alright,
buying
we're good now
maps
then.
is
Can I,
just
go
is
live?
funding Roach's
you
own
go live.
hobby,
I know-
really, isn't it?
That's true. Much like me and my stone masonry.
All right,
Hey,
I'm
I
going
like
live
making
then.
maps. It's a great hobby. I get to make worlds and stuff. Only problem is I can't get paid to do it, so kind of
I mean, yes.
a lot of time.
Some point in the future, maybe, Roach.
I doubt it. There's a lot better cartographers out there that you could pay.
We're live, people, on my channel with my new Streamlab thing. What do we call it?
Streamlab,
Overall cover.
whatchamacallit.
Thing.
Some BS is what we call it.
It's not
Just so you-
BS. It took me way too long to build for it to be BS. Do you
I
understand
like
me,
it.
Mikey?
I like it.
Do you understand me?
I'm muting you. You need to go to an insane asylum, sir. Google, please, check him into your nearest insane asylum.
There is a
Trying to work it out.
box to the left of Mikey, which has got the Streeping Giants logo on
To
it
my
because
left?
we've got
So
no
that's right.
crimson.
I'm pointing at it right this way.
No, other way.
Other way. So this
There
way.
you go. That way. You're actually below me, Mikey. Which means I can do this.
You've missed every single punch. Congratulations, you're terrible at your job.
Nothing like my character then, who hits everything.
Yeah.
No, you got to do the bit from the young ones where they do the university challenge thing and they just throw a grenade down.
Yeah.
The sea rival pull out like an M2 pineapple grenade, pull the pin, flick the safety, and drop it.
See, I'm next to Utari. Utari is over here. Hi, Utari.
Oh, Atari with his I don't give a shit image is wearing a
I
hard
don't
hat.
give a shit. His hard hat, his sunglasses, a cigarette, and his mullet.
After all the hard work, it is finally working.
All you need is a different accent, Atari, and you'd be like, I don't know, 20% of the people I know from like around here.
All construction workers up there, you know?
Oh, there's only I mean, we're close enough to Springfield that there's actually a lot of construction work that goes on in that town because they never get anything done, so it's always in perpetual being built.
Sounds like the M25.
Yeah, sounds like most roads around here. It's like, well, they've been building it for like 17 centuries, but, you know, they're almost finished.
They'll finish soon.
Maybe.
Yeah. See, I'm wondering why the hell the interstate near my house is still being worked on whenever fucking SpaceX is building a goddamn spaceport in Boca Chica, Texas, out in the middle of nowhere, and they can get that done, but we can't get a damn road fixed here. Like,
I'm alive!
Because welcome to America, essentially.
oh yeah.
Or as one Donald Glover would say, "This is America." Click, clack, bang.
I'll just move near space industry because they need good roads. So
Yeah,
I'll get a
I've
bicycle route.
heard Austin is a really nice place to live. Actually,
It's
What
nice.
the hell is Mitch doing?
He's
I don't
jamming
know.
out to a guitar. No, that's not a guitar. Just a
I don't know what that is, but it's something.
I have
and
no
he's having-
idea.
He's having a great
turning
time.
yourself back
It's
on
called
now.
a melodica, and I am playing.
you.
And I'm playing "Bad Touch" by the Bloodhound Gang.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
You animal, you.
yeah.
You animal.
Doing the guitar solo. Oh fuck.
Please don't. You're destroying
Please
a really
don't.
good song.
It's great.
That was actually not too bad.
It's
Still,
an
please
amazingly painful instrument to listen to.
It is. It's like an accordion.
It feels like you're in the tickety tack times, like in the 1920s, and there's someone in like the back of the room playing an accordion poorly.
You know what it is? You know what it is? You know
What?
recorders.
Yeah.
It's the recorder.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Accordions.
Yeah.
It's baby's first Star Wars instrument. It's like the cantina people.
Oh, yeah.
The
I
jizz
bet that's
music,
what
as
it
they call
was.
it. Yeah.
Oh no, what it was a bit of scrap that they decided to just put in the guy's hands. It's just like, here, make that seem like an instrument. Could we
Please
not?
don't.
I'm just trying to work it out.
It's
we
ruined my
not?
childhood. Stop it.
Yeah, so
Put it away.
So could we actually play the game then?
Yeah, we can.
So
Yeah, can we?
we're like half an hour in and we've done nothing. So
Well, I mean, okay, we don't need to be, balls to the wall.
Technical
tonight, 'cause,
difficulties.
yeah, we've had some technical difficulties. We had to completely remake all of our networks for the game to work.
Yes,
and
we did.
we had to switch our region for Discord, and Utari
did.
had to completely reinstall Uhamachi for the 30th time.
Yes.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
the 30th time today.
Oh God. So yeah. Last session. It's been 2 weeks since we've had a session, so we had to skip a week due to some problems with scheduling and things. It happens.
So
Last session, you guys finished your work with Sedna. Yes, it's been a long time for me too. I've been writing a lot of new things, so as soon as I'm on to the next plot line, it just goes all out of my head. That's why I have
Yep,
the
nope,
notes.
that's it.
Yep.
What was
She's
her
dead now.
character's name?
Is that important? I don't think so.
Who?
No.
Who are you?
Sedna Marisol. Sedna Marisol. I remember now because you've said the first part of it. Sedna Marisol, which means a lot actually, because that's from Inuit culture. Sedna is the goddess of the underworld and the afterlife, and also technically the ocean and hunting. It's a big hat. A lot of roles.
Big
in there.
coverage. A lot of coverage.
Big coverage there. But I swear to God, Midge, put that fucking thing away.
I think
I will
our
come
one
down
should
there.
have one as his bard instrument.
No.
He
No. But
does have a guitar,
you
though.
finished your work with Sedna and began your way back to Gorgon. Nothing too much happened, and when you did get to Gorgon, it was at night on Red Galifar Day for the town, and apparently, for some reason or another, the normally peaceful celebration that's kind of like giving the finger to the company turned into them also throwing rocks at the company and setting fire to their property and turning into a giant riot throughout the city. And a few of you raced in to see what was going on and walked directly into a two-way brawl across the whole city between the company strongmen and everyone else. Well, not much really changed, except for some property damage, some deaths, and a lot of injuries. You did find out that apparently people are kind of fed up with what the company's doing, and when you went shopping the next day for gear and goods for your upcoming journey, there was 0 extra tax levied upon the sales that occurred that day, as seemingly as a way to, again, give a little finger to the company, and saying they're not doing it anymore. And what ensued was a day of gathering, just going out buying things that you needed for the journey that you had planned to go all the way to the Grey Wastes, and go across many libraries and information centers as you could on the way there. And the night before you, or the night before you left, as you went into the same tavern that you've been in every time you've stayed in the town or the city so far, which is also the cheapest and probably worst one of the taverns available. The old it was the old trick. No, it was the broken mast thing. The broken mast. Ustenia encountered a familiar face. His younger brother, Demir, who informed him of some goings-ons in his home, and informed him that he was sent to go and find and bring back Ustenia for a family matter.
For a cool tie.
For a family matter, and we left off after a little heart-to-heart between the brothers and a exchanging of a large sum of currency from one to the other as well, with Ustenia just about ready to go out and talk with the group about what's going on and what the plan should be.
And Isaac was like, yeah, we should do that. Barkeep, have you got any bread? That was the last thing I think we did at this trip.
You did not work out you didn't necessarily work out a plan of action, or were you going to go?
Yes, we did actually. We discussed in Discord that we would be looking at sailing to make it most of the way there, and then going on horseback after that, presumably to finish the trip. That would be quicker than trying to overland it.
Yeah.
Someone saying knock knock.
No, that's Alex in the background.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Sorry, what?
Oh yeah, that's right. Name is actually. Oh yeah, I forget. I keep forgetting that.
But
Yes, I had little ones. Well, I've got my boys back down in England. We had him 2 weeks ago. That was really nice. But we still have Alex here.
Great name.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, no, I keep forgetting that's your name, Midge.
Oh, now you get the joke, dear.
Yeah, now I get it. Yeah.
Now you get the joke.
That took a second.
I just know your name is Midge, okay? So
I mean, so does everybody. I'm never referred to by my actual name, not even in real life. IRL, people refer to me by my last name because it's so much more standout.
I was about to say that's me.
Yeah.
Because that's Roach. Roach is my last name.
Yeah, I know.
So not even my dad calls me my first name.
Which is weird, considering it's his last name as well.
Oh no, he doesn't call me Roach. He calls me Mo because I used to wear bowl cuts whenever I was really young.
See, Mo's my dad, so that's really weird.
Oh, I don't know. Well, no, it's after the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges, yeah. Well, whereas my dad's actually just called Morris. So.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, but yeah, that's where we left off last session. With you guys working out a plan of action, an attack plan. Though, if you'd like to work out specific details, because right now all I got is kind of a nebulous idea. Also, all the maps should be available now.
Yeah.
So, you need to.
So, did we want to try and get a boat from Gorgon?
Yeah. Or the Broken Shield.
Or are we going to go back to Fall Harbor and try and get a boat where we landed?
I don't see the point. If we can get on a boat from Gorgon, let's just get on a boat from Gorgon.
Yeah.
It's there. Why travel for a week back to Fall Harbor just to do the same thing?
No, well, I just think because
Gorgon's
we're in like the bigger port city. Yeah, we're in the bigger port city as is. So, you know, they're more likely to have more people leaving from here than.
I'm just saying, we did just let loose a big old pirate in this area.
Yeah, we just see her sail by and we give her a wave It's like, oh hey,
Hi there.
Remember us?
Just yeah. Don't.
Just wave.
So what I'm assuming we're going to be looking at doing is taking a boat from Gorgon.
Yeah.
And let's have a look here. The
To
one that we're gonna
Broken
be-
Shield, probably.
Yeah, Broken Shield, which is I'm looking at the big map now. Which one is
It's the southernmost city in Teutonia.
Teutonia. One of the southernmost cities. It's the most south, like south.
It's the biggest southern city I see.
If you go to the world map, which is the Unthala map, you'll see it's.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
because there's two
So
on the
that's-
south
that's
coast
not-
of. There's two on the south coast of Teutonia. There's Broken Shield and Doveport.
Yeah, so we're going to Broken Shield, and then we're going to be overlanding it towards Ningyi.
Well,
we're
if
going to the northern steps.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
we're going
we
to
could
Homebrew
always
Road on.
go.
Your family's currently, because Demir told you, your family's currently near the capital in their home territory, which is near Rovenrodok,
Okay.
which is on
Which
the
is in the
southern
south.
Oh,
steppe.
Broken
Yeah.
Shield's a good drop then.
Well, we could go to Paramin. If we can go to Paramin, wouldn't that put us closer?
Yeah, in the Grey Wastes, and then go north. But the thing about going to the Grey Wastes is that we're going to have to go into the Grey Wastes again afterwards, because that's where our mission from Palor is, or Isaac's aunt,
Yeah.
whichever one decided to give us that.
Well, the idea
So,
was to go in, up, and well, originally we were going to go in, up, and then down into the Grey Wastes with any forces that we might gather, because we were going to try and gather a few more
Okay. So
assets
Broken
before we
Shield
went on
over-
our quest.
Okay, so Broken Shield crossing westwards. Yeah. No,
Well,
no.
we could always go Doveport up to West Hollow and across. That's the
Yeah,
thing,
if
or
you, if you look
Tartova.
at the Teutonia map,
If you look
you'll
at
see there
yeah,
are-
there's two ports.
there's a
Yeah.
smaller port city that is called Doveport, that is just on the border with the Grey Waste in Teutonia.
Just gotta wait for them.
But either one. Well, I guess we can just look at fares and if where it's going. We don't know where
Yeah,
the
you don't
boats are
know
going.
what's being offered, because this
Yeah.
isn't like a this isn't a there's not a, it's not like modern day air travel.
No. No. We might end up having to go. Let me get my freeholds map back up. Might have to end up going to the furthest place we can in the freeholds, and then overlanding it, and then over. We might not get.
Yeah.
It depends
Yeah.
where the connecting flights are. You know.
Yeah.
Flight.
God, I hated flying to America.
Yeah,
The thing is, you
that's
do
so
know
good.
you do know Gorgon is a
Airship.
hub city in a way, but it's a
Yeah.
hub city for the Empire.
So it's
Not
Atlanta.
necess- it's less of a transit hub between places on the continent, but more of a transit hub between like Rapkus and the freeholds and the other various continents and the freeholds in a lot of ways. So like, you got Rapkus, you got Ogana, you got Odolith, Zeral, those like areas. A lot of ships coming through Gorgon and also Norndarin crossbit. So you may or may not find anything, but it is a very large harbor available to you. So it's up to you what specifically you want to go with on that point.
We may as well see what I can find.
I'm gonna send a letter to Sedna and be like, "Hey, can we get a lift to Teutonia real quick?"
No.
It's like, hey, call up an
We
Uber.
wouldn't find her. We'll go to the dockyards and see what we can do, shall we?
That'd be an interesting letter. What are you gonna address it to? Pirate Island.
Dear Sedna,
Robot pirate
A
island.
robot, you still ain't calling.
Let's go and find out what we can do in Gorgon.
Yeah.
yeah,
If there's anything for us to use in Gorgon, then we can take that. If there isn't, or there's nothing going in our direction, then we have to reassess.
yeah.
Airship's an option, but yeah. let's check
Airship's
out the
always an
boat.
option, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is.
Not a big
Gorgon
fan
has
of
a-
airships, but I'd be willing to give it a go.
Gorgon
All
has
right,
a very
let
large
us
air
go.
dock.
Let's go to the docks.
Okay.
Actually, why don't we split up? Why don't some of us go to the dock, some of us go to the airship?
But if
and
we straight away find a
no.
sailing vessel to
not
go
split
to, we can
up.
just get on and go.
No, we have this problem
alright.
with the Call of Cthulhu live stream with the team splitting up constantly.
all right, that's fair.
Oh,
that's cool.
Midge. I feel so bad for you.
They had a stern talking to.
They did. They did. They had a very stern talking.
Stay
to.
together,
I
damn
wasn't
it.
there, and my ears were burning.
No, when a party of 6 people splits into a party of 6 people individually in a game where people have like
Come on, gang, let's split up and search for clues.
literally Scooby-Doo, but imagine it where you know the main
you
conflict of the game is talking. It slows down heavily.
You see, what I tend to do there is like if that happened, I'd be like, all right, all your characters die, move on. Congratulations, they all got caught off guard.
See,
by
I'm not-
That's not
Cthulhu
fun.
monster.
That's not fun. But the fact that we lived that actual playtime in real life,
Yeah.
like we played
We were in the town for 16 hours, and we played for 16 hours.
15 and a half technically, but yeah.
No, I get it. Okay, so I'm gonna say you get through the
And that
night,
included
'cause-
sleeping overnight.
Yeah, technically, when you guys said break, it was still the middle of the night in
Yeah.
the broken mast. Cause,
Yes.
because Demir had come in right when you were starting to. wind down
We'll
the
go to
party.
bed and we'll set off in the morning.
Yeah, you do that. You do so. I'm just gonna shuffle on past that and
Isaac's
when
hung
you-
over as shit.
Yeah, because he got whacked.
Hang on. No, I didn't get whacked. I was marginally tipsy. Let's find out. I've got quite a good con. I am
You
fucked.
are
See, the thing is you did. I remember the tab. You didn't drink a lot. You got a little tipsy. You were just on the cusp of getting drunk when you broke. So you have a hangover, which is not a big one, but you've.
It's
don't
been
have
a
them
while.
often.
It's been a
been a
while.
It's been your tolerance is low, so you wake up and like and you go up and you do your thing to pray to the light of the first light of day, and it's like, oh.
Just,
Celestial College was some years ago.
I have to literally pray waking up to the sun in my face. Like that's
Yes, you do.
So it's just like oh.
Well, actually, hold on 1 second, Midge. Give me
That's
give me a
Paylord's
D20 roll.
judgment for overindulging.
No, that's just a random D20 roll.
Just a random D20 roll. This
12.
What happened during the night? 12. Okay. During the night, Midge, when you're and you fall asleep, not laying down on a bench like you've done in this tavern
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks now. It's you fall asleep hunched over on a table. Just down. As it kind of like it didn't. There wasn't like a break moment. It just kind of petered out. And you all looked over, and then Isaac was on the table, just asleep. You all go to bed after that. But during the night, Isaac, you feel a somewhat familiar feeling in your body.
Okay.
That you've only felt this when you've been in communion with your your celestial guardian.
Right.
And it feels a bit weird because you're not doing anything; it just kind of is happening. And when you realize this, you focus, and you are in your familiar little
Plane.
featureless plane. Not featureless. The plane has features, but it's very. It's like that. It's like you know it's there. You ever have a dream
The
where-
way I imagine this meeting place is the end of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows when they're in King's Cross, and it's King's Cross Station but all white.
It's more like you ever have a dream where you know something exists and you like when you're in the dream, it's like it's perfectly clear, but whenever you're out of the dream, it's just like, oh, I don't remember a single detail. It's just like there was something there, and it's just kind of there's details, but you only notice them when you're in it. So like right now, it looks like you're kind of in this cloudy plane. There's like a little fog, like knee high, and there's a couple of like designs in the sky and
Okay.
like Mount Celeste. But when you wake up or whenever you're out of it, it's just like it doesn't register. It's kind of gone out of there. But there isn't the familiar face in front of you. Your aunt is not there.
Okay.
Instead, you see a slightly overweight, shorter, mid-balding kind of deal man who is wearing the same kind of garb and is obviously also angelic.
Okay.
But like middle management. Think like that when you're trying to get a good. When you're trying to get like an idea.
So the angelic version of Steve Carell is there. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah,
Are you getting Seinfeld pages? Celestial Seinfeld.
It's kind of like that. But he smiles faintly at you. Isaac, it's good to see you.
Do I know who this is?
No idea.
It's good to see you also. Who are you?
My name's Otten.
Sorry, what was that?
Otten.
Otten. Otten.
Yes, Oscar, Tango, Oscar, November.
Oh, Otten. Right, okay.
Like Otto, but without the toe.
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you, Otten.
Yeah. I'm here to take over your...
I'm sorry?
Your aunt's having a bit of problems lately, and she can't directly administer you as much, so I'm taking over time. He's kind of like, you ever have that principal that's trying to be cool with the kids? So that's kind of like the gist
Insight check.
It's that meme of how do you do, fellow children, with the skateboard and the
Natural 20. That's a 25. Give me the insight.
Okay. He's trying to relate to you on your level.
Okay.
He's getting down.
On this-
He's trying to get down
So
to your level.
this is
Down here.
hang on. This is a new experience for Isaac because he's normally the one having to relate to other people. So someone's trying to relate to him, the person who has to relate to everybody. Okay.
He's trying to relate to you on your level. He's definitely not. God damn it! Sorry, just posted that. Fucking. He's definitely not telling the whole truth, and he's trying to keep you calm. Also, he's got this, like, he's like half squint eyes and his little smile, and he's nodding. His hands are like this in front of him.
Okay, so
So why don't you tell me what the last thing you did with Haziel? That was me.
the last thing I talked about with Haziel was completely monitored by a what are they called?
and it's gone again.
Orphanum.
The Orphanum, yes, Orphanum.
That was the last conversation I had with her. So
I know
I'm
the substance of the conversation. What did you feel?
what did I feel about the conversation? I felt that I felt that I was truthful, as one should always be in the eyes of our Lord.
Good.
And
Perchance, did she contact you in an extra dimensional way and give you a location.
He's internal affairs. He's IA. He's scum.
Oh god, that was
He's
the
a cop for
best.
cops.
That was the best outburst so far. Oh god.
Don't listen to him, Isaac. I'm sending you a mental message.
Don't be a rat.
We don't do snitches in our party. Break the
Snitches get
fucking-
stitches.
Also, unbeknownst to you during this time, you're now sitting down, and he's sitting down too.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Just
at
out
a
of nowhere.
nebulous
Yeah.
kind of table.
I was contacted, but I cannot say for sure by whom.
Oh, well, now that I'm your case manager, why don't you inform me of your current,
Case manager.
Isaac is just like, I'm out. See ya.
Don't
Just
talk to this man. Thing,
Isaac is
whatever.
just like, I'm out. I'm done.
Why do
See
I
you
feel like
later,"
I've just
and
left
things.
juvie?
Yeah.
I mean, in his eyes, you probably have, to be fair. So,
why don't you inform me of your current plans with this information and where it was exactly?
That was brilliant, man. That was brilliant.
I want to shoot this man in his fucking face.
Where is Hazel? Hazel? What did you
Sorry,
say
what was
she...
that?
Where is Hazel? What did you say she was doing?
She's dealing with other things right now.
Do I know what type of angel this guy is?
He's very featureless, actually. That's the weird thing, because Haziel, you can tell what she is. Like, there's
Yeah.
there's archetype. This guy doesn't have like, if you weren't talking to him in a featureless plane that you've met Haziel in, like, since you can remember, probably could just be a shopkeeper somewhere, or like a
Okay,
clerk.
so this is possibly someone who's died and...
Maybe. You never directly
Ascended the
you've never directly
ladder.
talked to a dead person before, so, or a spirit of a dead person before that's not
on the
like,
mortal plane. Yeah, that's fair.
that's not on the mortal plane where his very existence is a waking nightmare. So, you know. Which
He's
is what I'm
ascended
assuming
the
any
ladders of
undead is.
corporeal rungs, and now he's in internal relations. You know, he's been there for like 75 years now. He's got like a employee of the month poster stuck up on his
He
desk.
definitely doesn't look diva. He's not
No.
he's not like a diva. He's like this
It's just a guy in a
wearing
robe.
just a guy in a robe. He's a little overweight, not too tall, balding a little bit.
I'm very uncomfortable.
I mean, this is fair.
My music just changed from like eerie sort of temple music to really jaunty tavern music.
F.
There we go. Changing back. What was the last question from this guy? What did he say?
He's asking. So with that information, what are you planning on doing, and where exactly is it?
I am not currently acting on said information. I'm actually helping a friend.
Is that good? Our friends. Having friends is good.
This person has helped me serve our Lord, and it is only right for us to repay him, so I shall help him. That is my current plans.
Very noble goal. Very noble goal. And you're a very important part of the cog when it comes to our Lord's plan.
Positive waves, man. Positive waves. Alton, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I wish I could, but we're getting to the end of our little conversation here. But I'm sure we'll talk together very soon. Bye, Isaac.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Your last image is him just like doing that really like.
Paylor Sunbeard. Oh, okay. What? Okay.
Isaac falls backward
No, I like the idea. I've come up really fast and then go straight back down really fast and just hit my head on the table. Oh.
Accentuating the beginnings of the hangover.
Oh yeah.
Isaac, you're not. Yeah. Give me an intelligence check.
Int.
Ooh,
17.
You're rolling well today. Except for that Constitution check, you rolled pretty well so far.
Shut up.
Yeah. You're like 50-50. That could have just been a dream. You're not sure.
Okay.
But now you're awake.
Is it morning?
It's the morning. Yep, it's morning.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Past the
pray
day-
and do the
yeah.
normal stuff.
Light is up. The sun has already come up.
Oh, I missed it.
You missed it, and you can feel why. Because not only did you hit your head, but now it's pulsing a little bit as you get up.
Okay, so I'm still gonna say some words to the morning. And
To the morning.
I mean that's happy. That's relevant.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure all my friends are awake because we need to get up early and try and charter a ship.
Yeah, I got really drunk last night, but I rolled really well on my con save for my hangover, so I'm fine this morning.
Yeah. So most of you, y'all wake up fairly around the same time. It's kind of weird. Isaac's still there when you wake up, which is not normal. He's usually out doing his morning prayers, and then he comes back like a half hour after all you're already up. But he's there, and just in time for the breakfast meal that is served inside the tavern, if people pay for it.
Man, might as well.
Yeah, and it's pretty basic stuff. Just it's mostly leftovers from the night before, so they get rid of them. Anything that can be made into a leftover or a new meal is done so.
Loads of bubble and squeak. That sounds great.
Well, I mean, because remember, this place serves like biscuits and curd cheese, stewed pork, vegetable stew, boiled eggs, and like sausage and stuff. So there's a lot. It kind of just like the sausage and eggs are kind of like pounded together and reheated. And
How much
like
was that?
For the morning, it's only like 2 copper.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Yes. It's not a big deal, but you get like a little plate, and you get some whatever. You get a pretty watered down, or not a watered down, opposite, like a strong. If you want like a strong ale for the morning,
I'm
or
fine.
a dark one, or you get some water.
Yeah,
if
thank you.
Want.
Yeah.
That's free.
Yeah. Isaac doesn't want anything else to drink right now.
And yeah, you're awake. Ustenia, you see Demir wakes up around as you. He doesn't stay for food though. He tells you he's gonna go and check on his horse and stuff. He's got in a nearby stable. And pay his back fees, get his horse back. He has some money. So he leaves while you're still all getting your breakfast done. And yeah, the day is yours. And Arwan's also doing his normal thing. He's getting something to eat, and he's up and at him with Barry. So what do y'all want to do?
I'm going to approach Isaac.
Okay.
Well, look to Isaac, I guess. We're probably sitting together at the same table eating breakfast.
Yeah,
Isaac.
or you could also call it your bed. Cause kind of.
Yeah, I do. I do rent a room, but still. Yeah.
Well, their bed.
Yeah. One of the many benches in this place that doubles as a bed. Isaac, are you gonna go to the temple and let them know that you're leaving soon, today even?
They already know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was something we did miss. Is that you got the Star of Palor in the recap?
They don't know that.
Yeah, we haven't seen it
but-
yet.
Party
He's
doesn't
hiding
know
it
But
from us.
for everybody listening, then.
Yeah.
I think we're all sort of well, when you fell asleep last night, the rest of us had a conversation about what to do. We're gonna head down to the harbor and try and find a boat to one of the cities in Teutonia.
Sounds like a plan, Dragon Man.
Dragon Woman, excuse you.
I'm gonna be right back. I think my parents just got home from Italy, so I need to go say hi. Continue without me.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's
I
funny.
just got to throw up.
My mum and her new husband are in Italy at the minute. They're in Rome.
Oh, nice.
it's nice.
Yeah, I guess we're all gonna head down to the harbor then, once we finish our breakfast.
Yep.
Oh, and I will give Rival his 20 arrows that I bought because I don't actually use a bow. So
Yay! More arrows! More stuff to fire!
add 20 more hours to your sheet. Say if you could do it to R1 as well, Roach, if you can go on the sheet and just add 20 more hours to it. He probably doesn't need them, but they're there.
More ammo! Ah!
Yay!
Let's see here. His inventory.
Just pack them into my quiver. They will fit!
And I think you just
60
have two
arrows.
at this stage. You've one over your shoulder and on your hip.
Yeah. Bing. Bing.
Yep.
You know, if you really wanted to, you could spend like a couple hundred gold pieces and just get like a lifetime supply of arrows and put them in the bag of holding.
That's
You
true.
never have to worry about arrows again.
Ooh, don't tempt me.
I'll just point it out because I think they did that for Critical Role, because I think that was something they pointed out at the end of the series was that Vexalia just like spent like 1,000 gold pieces on arrows one day and put them all in the bag of holding.
Anytime she needed more, she just puts more
That's why
into
she
her
never
bag.
got her arrows back or anything like. She never gave a shit about buying arrows again because she just used them for the whole campaign for 5 years.
Well, I've got
That's
105 at the moment, so we should be fine for a while at least. But and I don't
Yeah,
have like 1,000 gold to just spend on arrows, unfortunately.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
It would be
yes.
nice if I did.
Yeah. So, what do y'all want to do? You want to
I
go
guess-
out?
I think we should head down to the docks and see what kind of ships are going where.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
I'm assuming
We need to get Ustenia back to his
and
family
brother-
as soon as possible.
I'm assuming Ustenia and what's it? No,
Oh,
what's
look
his
at
brother's name?
Demir.
Demir. Yeah. Ustenia and Demir are probably coming with us as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah. No. After about a half hour, Demir does appear back into the inn. That's right when you're all starting to get up and head out. He has outside his horse and gear that is currently stowed on the horse. He's also wearing his gear because you've previously all seen him with like his normal street clothes, which he wasn't wearing any armor or anything but like a little belt dagger. But now he's wearing his gear, which is hold on, because I went through the effort of actually making a character sheet, so I actually know what he's wearing. He's wearing Usteni, you know this. This is your father's half plate that he's wearing. So he's apparently your father gave him that. And it's worn, but it seems to have been patched up in a couple of places, but it's been resized in some others so that it fits him. He's got that. He's got a nice sword on his hip, and on his horse he does have a large shield stowed on the side that has the image of a phoenix on it. That seems to be hand painted with some white paint on black. On like a black canvas that's on the shield. So he comes up and he's ready to go. And he's just like, so, what are we doing? Are we going?
You seem pretty prepared for a long fight, Demir.
I had to travel overland all the way here, except for that boat from Doveport to Fall Harbor. But either way, it took a while. And it's
You look prepared. Good.
Who claimed Demir's character sheet?
It wasn't
Oh,
me.
sorry, that was me. I was browsing it.
Oh, that's fine. He's your brother, anyways.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah, I
It's
don't.
like, oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm gonna frisk down my brother to see what he has.
He doesn't. He does not have a lot. He does not have a lot.
Yeah.
He rides very light, except for the 5 books he has in his pack.
Yeah. Brother, you have everything you want to get from here before we go on the boat.
I did. Oh, by the way, he also had to pay $20 or 20 gold pieces in back fees. So, God, that means he's got 80. No, I'm good. I don't need much. I'm good. Things are expensive here. Anyway.
Yeah,
We
they
can
can be quite pricey. Okay, let's get going. Let's find where we could take boat.
Cozy Harbor.
All right. So you all head to the Goldwaters district, which is where the harbor is. And again, this is after the riot night. So the
There's a building missing.
there was a large building
couple.
missing the company's home
Yeah.
office.
A couple of walls aren't exactly what they used to be.
So there's that. Though you do notice, unlike the day after, there is company men like in the area that you can see, and they're wearing their armor, and they're patrolling within a couple of blocks of the home office's previous position, and near specifically 2 parts of the dockyard where you can see big dwarvish galleon. These are military galleons that they've been there for a while. You haven't paid much mind to them, but they're like 3-deck galleons that have like iron reinforced banding, like large boxy shapes. They're dwarvish military warships that are being guarded by the company soldiers on those docks, and there's nothing else, no other ships on those dock arms that are out there. But you do see a couple of ships still docked, less than previously though. It's like a lot of people left when things started burning nearby.
That's a fair assumption.
Interesting. Wonder why.
Could
So you see about 7 ships.
Do we
So
know
we,
what company ships look like?
Yeah, they look like dwarvish military ships, but they have the company's emblazoned hammer symbol. I think I shared it on here at one point. Did I? Yeah, SSTCD is the image that adorns almost everything that is company. Yeah, if you look at it, if you look through new now, you should see SSTCD. It's
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's the
Like
Silver Sand
Mjolnir.
Trade Company.
Ah.
That's
Yeah.
the symbol that emblazons all of their ships and their gear, front of their shields, boxes. You've even seen it a couple of times in like shops and things that sell like cookware and things with that like little stamped on the silverware and stuff like this.
Like a maker's
This is-
mark. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of if you ever seen like the East India Trade Company or something like that. Like basically everything that was sold through them had a stamp or was scribed with like their symbol.
Been to their
what
shop.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Until
So
they
that's-
burned it all down, like they did here.
But that's how you can tell the difference, and like that is essentially imposed and warped around the bow of the ship of all of their ships without the so.
Yeah, I was
You get
gonna ask, could we go to like the harbor master's office or whatever and see if there's any ships that willing to take
Yeah.
passengers? I don't know if
Yeah.
they know that.
You've been there before because you tried to
Yeah.
find when you found Sedna's ship or when you were looking for Sedna's ship. So you go ahead and look. and you go to the harbor master's office, and there's again 7 ships that are still logged as being in dock. Technically, there's actually 20 ships that are logged that are in supposed to be in dock, but only 7 of them that are still here. Looks like a lot of them left without logging their official like a sign out sheet, so they've just kind of crossed out like really obviously. But there are 7 in the dock. 3 of them are cargo ships. They're listed as cargo ships, private. 2 of them are government transport ships. One is from the Kalin dynasty, and the other one is from the Rapkus Trade Company, which is the people that technically own the Rapkus colonies. And then the rest are private merchant ships.
So there's 1 private merchant ship. There's the 3 the 3 cargo. So there's 7 ships in dock.
Yeah.
So does that sound right to you?
You have to
Oh, sorry. It's 1 private merchant, the 3 cargo ships, and then the 2 merchant ships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should probably. Well, yeah. I'll say this to the group. We could probably ask the cargo private people if they want guard.
It's not a bad idea.
Guards wouldn't necessarily take us to a certain location, though.
We could always ask where they're going first. It's not a hard thing to do.
Normally, guard work is return.
I mean, we could always, try and convince them that we're worth that.
You've done this before. If they're short on guards, you can pay a one-way ticket by just bolstering their guard force. That's how you got passage on the Aquilin.
When I was trying to get back to the mainland from the Sakesh Isles, and I was on the Aquilin, I got a one-way ticket by offering to bolster their guard force.
Okay. Well, we can see where they're all going.
Yeah, find it out first.
Okay.
Do you guys want to split up and take a boat per 2 people?
Yeah, that'd be the fastest way to do it, probably.
All right.
Coach, you don't seem happy about that.
Damn it, making me work more. Okay. So who's going where?
I will go with R1.
Why don't Rival and Justinia go together, and I'll go with Demir.
Why doesn't Ustinia go with his brother, and you go with...
I just suggested it, alright? Don't fucking...
They haven't seen each other in a long time. You should think they should give them some time to, talk to each other.
Yeah, we need
that
to
would
go
be
bowling.
nice.
And I'll keep the Hobbit away from the Dragonborn lady. Let's go.
Good idea.
She
The only
appreciates
reason you're able to call him that's because he's not here.
She appreciates that. She won't say it out loud, but she's like, "Thank you." That man.
Okay. So
forcibly kissed me without asking for
we
consent.
will go to the private trade vessels.
Okay.
There's 2 of
There's
them, right?
3 private cargoes. There's 2 trade.
There's 3 private cargo vessels that are listed as cargo ships. There's one that's just a private vessel that doesn't have a listing, and all the rest of them are government ships of some. So, putting it out.
I'll go to the non-listed ship then.
Okay.
I'll go for one of the cargo ships.
Yeah,
Alright.
same.
Okay.
We don't want to travel on no government vessel.
Well, it's unlikely they'll take passengers.
Yeah,
That's true.
Indeed.
and they're probably
It'll
more
be
likely
our
to be
choice of
hit by the
luck, isn't it?
pirates.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Not necessarily.
we'll go with Isaac first. I'm just going around. Isaac, you're going for the private unlisted vessel, which is listed as the Sparrow.
Wait. I thought you said that it's not listed, and yet you're saying it is listed.
No, its name is listed, but it's
Its name is listed, but it doesn't have a category. Like they're usually listed like vessel name, cargo, or vessel name, government transport, etc. But this one is just private name, or is name private, and then no moniker. It's just a ship.
Just a
It's
ship.
someone's yacht, essentially.
It's
Could
it's
be,
the
could be a
Serenity.
hull that no one would know.
Yeah, it's the Serenity from Firefly. Essentially, it doesn't have. It's kind of just it does what it needs to do to keep running, kind of ship.
It has hidden cargo compartments where you can hide stuff and smuggle.
Yeah. But yeah, it's called the Sparrow on the books, and when you go out there, Isaac, you say you and R1 are going together? Okay. You find a human-designed ship. It's not elvish, not dwarven or anything like that. Pretty human design. So
How many
kind
sails?
of like a. It's like a carnival, or it's like a
Caravel.
not what caravel design. Pretty basic, not big. Maybe you could see this stretching. Maybe have a crew of like 20 if
Okay.
they pushed it. But you see a couple of humans that look to be sailors are replacing one of the sails. Seems to have some damage on it. And they're undoing all of the connections. They're trying to roll it down and get it off. You can see a replacement kind of folded off to the side, getting put on. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be unloading any cargo or offloading any cargo. There just looks to be getting repairs done, which you can tell.
Okay.
And it's also gnomish on the side that says Sparrow.
I don't read Gnomish, so I don't know what it says.
No, but I'm fairly certain R1.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So he informs that.
Hello there.
Or no, it's half. Not no. I got those. They or
General Kenobi.
yeah. Look over. Look down. Yell at somebody that's out of your line of sight, and they go, George. And you see a fucking old half walk off of the ship down the gangway. And you can tell why you didn't see him before, because he was obscured by the edge of the deck.
Oh my god, that's small.
Yeah, he's small and he is venerable.
Old
in
as
terms
dirt.
Of, fucking old, man. He's got skin that looks like it's just kind of like poorly put on to the skeleton. He's not shaky though. He's old as fuck, but he's sure in his steps, and he's got a not dull either in the eyes. Very keen. But he walks down, and he looks up at. Well, he walks down partway so that he's somewhat on your level in terms of height with the gangplank.
So he's by the top of the ship.
Near that. And he's somewhat hunched over, and he's. Yeah, what do you need?
Myself and my fellow adventuring party, there's more than just my friend R1 here. I am Isaac. We are looking for transit to Teutonia, or as close as we can get.
I'm not going to Tonia.
Where are you going?
That's... this is the Sparrow, right? Yeah, this is Sparrow.
Insert elevator music here.
Should have had this open beforehand.
Wait.
No!
Going down to the talking. God damn it. Going to Iron Bay.
Where's the Iron Bay?
I think it's further north in the free market, isn't it? In Freehold, sorry.
It's down south at the slide down straits.
Oh.
What, where?
It's across the bottom. It's like the southern island below the free.
The island just north of Raptus.
Oh, are we looking on the world map?
Yep.
Ah.
It's directly south of Gorgon, essentially, that big red blob down there.
No.
That's there. There.
Is it a singular journey, or do you stop off anywhere on the way?
Straight there.
It's not really where we want to be going.
What do you want, a cabin or not?
We might have to come back to you. But thank you. Have a good day.
Back up the gangplank.
Okay.
Next group.
Okay.
Who is in the next group?
Ostinia and his bro.
Ustinia and his brother. So you're going towards one of just the one of the cargo transport, right? Utari?
Sorry?
You said you and your brother are going to one of the cargo transports, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you head over, and this one has a name in common. It's the Bravado.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Bravado, and it looks fairly dwarvish. It is a square with sails in a lot of ways. Or a rectangle with sails.
Doesn't sound very hydrodynamic, or however you.
It has a normal ship bottom, but dwarves build they make that, and then they put just like things on top. Just
put like a box on top of it.
Not
And that's
being
it.
funny, but cargo ships are basically rectangles.
That's true.
Yeah.
Long, elongated rectangles, and they do just.
That's all they are. Yeah.
And that's kind of what
Functionality
this
over
looks like.
fashion.
This thing's good. This thing's like maybe twice as long as the crosswing, but just as wide of when you came over from Broken Shield to Fall Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And it is currently unloading a shitload of cargo. Actually, this is on one of the more built-up cargo or dock arms, and that has an actual crane, like a winch and pulley kind of crane that they are unloading like pallets of goods off of the ship. And
Okay,
it
but
is.
this is definitely a cargo ship, and this is not good news if they're offloading because they've yet to unload. No ship sails in. So this might take some time. Okay, well, let's go find the captain, then we'll find someone that who will point us the way to the captain.
Right. This has a pretty large crew, so you ask the nearest person, and they point you to Captain Steppy, and they keep pointing, and you have to ask another person and keep going. It takes you about maybe 10 minutes before you're finally they point you waiting on the ship, and then you're pointed to the wheel, where the captain is talking with looks like maybe the buyer of the goods, and they're talking in Dwarvish, and the captain is this really young dwarf, thick black hair, braided beard, dwarf, and he's talking with this elf that's speaking in Dwarvish, and they look to be haggling about something, and you kind of wait for a few minutes, and then that elf leaves, and the captain looks over to you and says something in Dwarvish to you, and waits.
I
no speaking in Dwarvish.
I gotta blankly stare at him.
He's like, "Biragoreva," or something like that. Like it's a very like consonants.
Yes, hello to you too.
Right. Okay. Coming.
That's silly language, common. Ugh.
What can I help you with?
We are looking for ways and means of getting back to the Steppe Kingdoms. Is your ship passing by a port nearby that we might be able to book passage with?
Well, the steps don't have a port.
No,
City.
no. I'm not silly. I know we don't have port. We're looking for a port that we could travel from overland. Would you be able to take passage? I mean, which port are you going to?
We take passage as long as you can work your pay or work.
I think we'll be able to pay. We do not have issue with pay.
Right. Once we unload, we're going to load goods, and we're bringing it to Sunless.
Okay, and where will you be going?
Dunless.
Let me just find where the hell this place is.
It's Stunlas. That's in the Calendine, the capital, which is on the left side of Iran.
Will you make any stop? Are you going just?
We'll be unloading water at El Hut.
So that takes us to the Grey Wastes.
Yeah, but it's not what we're planning on doing. It's
Brings
an
you,
option.
It brings you really far south, the Grey West. That's literally on
The peninsula.
tip of
Yeah.
the God's Horn.
Yeah, it's the last thing before like the big
yeah.
Yarvan Oasis. No, Yarvan's Abyss. Yaran's Abyss.
Okay. Okay. We are checking with the other ships to see where they go. Can I get back to you to see whether yours is best option? I know obviously you're a busy man. I try not to take much of your time.
Yeah, you can. If you need to talk to somebody about it and I'm not here, ask him. He'll get to me. And he points to this human that's got a somewhat good looking like coat and clothing. Probably the first mate. It's Damas. He'll let you know what's going on.
I know that name.
Just
Okay.
ask him. We'll be here for. Looks over the ship. By the way, the ship it's got 3 cargo, what do you call them?
Bays.
Hatches on the deck, like being unloaded almost simultaneously.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of days before we start thinking about leaving. So you got time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Did you get
And-
the captain's name?
No, he never asked.
Yep. I was like, huh.
Doesn't seem like a guy who gives a shit. He's going,
fair.
you want to work or you want to pay? No, get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Just fuck off my boat, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't think that ship's a particularly great option. But,
No.
we'll-
Both
Really
ships so
good.
far are a little bit.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on.
That does get you in the right direction. That
Yeah.
does get you in the right direction.
It does. We're gonna go
That's
on
true.
to the
Bravado.
third cargo ship.
Okay, third cargo ship. This one is a elvish. Like, you don't know how to classify it. But this thing's long, thin, and it looks like it could go 100 miles an hour. Like it is delicate. And it's currently bringing cargo on board.
Okay.
The whole crew's elvish. There's not a whole lot of full blood elves, but they're definitely almost everybody's got elvish blood in, half elves, something like that.
Okay.
And they're all just working, and you see a woman who's wearing a fairly well made coat and hat and she's talking with with one of the individuals who's loading things and correcting them to put things in an area. I think she might have some sort of pull with the crew whenever you come on board or when you come nearby.
Okay.
Do you read Elvish?
No. Yes, I do.
Because oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Also, Damar does as well. He learned it recently. But you can read this as being the Camellia.
The Camellia. Okay. And since I have actually got a language that I can actually use, I'm going to communicate to her in Elvish.
All right, you go ahead. This is not a language you normally use, so it takes you a bit. Like, you know, it's that thing where you know a language, but it takes you like you got to get used to working those sounds a bit. So first couple of syllables you stumble, but you get it, and it sounds all right.
Okay.
She greeting, and she looks over, and she finishes, and basically when you get closer, she's gonna put it in the secondary hole, just around the back. Nods, and he starts like carting things up up the gangway. Smaller operation. There's not using cranes. Everything's being loaded. But she looks over and smiles and puts out her hand to shake yours.
And I'm going to take the hand and shake it friendlily. Hello. We are to cut to business. We are looking for a ship that can get us as close to the Steppe Kingdoms as possible. Might we inquire where you are headed and if you can take passage for our party?
We don't normally take passenger. It's not a rule. It's more just don't normally, but. We're currently unloading cargo to bring to the Athelian Empire.
Everyone looking at map.
Map.
I think that's north, right? That's like the
Athelian Empire is the deep blue.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
very
on the-
north part of the continent.
Okay.
deep blue.
Oh,
Deep
the
blue is on the west side.
Eastern.
Yeah, it's
it's
the
above
deep blue something.
It's the Elvish kingdoms.
Yeah. It's above Sunlass even. Like you'd be going around. I guess whatever way they're going around. I
Yeah.
guess.
Wherever we're going around.
Okay,
We'll
so will you be making stops on way, or could we compensate you for making stop on way, maybe?
where are you looking to go exactly?
The Teutonic Kingdom, maybe Broken Shield, or one of the other ports there, if possible, for quick stop, you know, and we compensate you for your time, because I know time is money.
Well, unless you're paying more than our cargo partners are paying us, I don't think that's going to happen. But we are planning on doing a couple of stops to unload more cargo with our partners. We're going to be stopping at Fall Harbor in a few days to unload some equipment. Then making a short jaunt over to Paramin. And then we'll be roundabouting to Himagon, and then back up to Vernabra. But she said she's going to Fall Harbor, Paramin, then she's going to Rapkus, one of the cities on the coast, and then they're going to be making a roundabout way back to the capital city for country.
Closest we'll get is Paramin.
Yeah.
Those.
So far, that's the closest we're getting.
Yeah. Or Fall Harbor, which is where we came in from Teutonia.
From originally.
It's good to know.
It'd be quite expensive to divert. A lot of these supplies are prepaid for by partners in the capital city, so it's necessary to delay them without incurring penalty. So if you could pay the difference of the penalties, then we could definitely take a divert to Broken Shield, or maybe Doveport.
Okay.
If you go to Titanian port.
Would you know how much the that would be?
One moment, Linda. And she calls across
Linda,
the
Linda the elf.
Linda the elf. Actually, walks out. Not an elf.
Okay.
Looks to be a human. A red-headed woman who's got it in kind of like a short bob and
Keep Arwen away
Carry.
from her.
carrying
Yeah.
like a notepad, or like a hard back with some parchment in front of it, and she looks down. Yes, Captain. Gestures. She comes over. If we were to divert on our journey after Fall Harbor to Broken Shield or Doveport, what would that set us back in terms of time, and how much would that be in a difference for our time? She goes, starts doing math. With good headwinds, delay us almost a week, which would incur a penalty debt of 1,570 gold, if we're being conservative. Nods, looks to you. About that much.
Okay. Let me
lot of
speak
fucking
to the
money.
party. It is, but it gets us closer.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm
that is
sorry we can't do
reasonable.
any better. We're a speed-based business. It's very quick.
I understand. This is no problem. I shall speak to party. Otherwise, maybe we look to just go with you to Paramin. That seems, the closest on your route, closer than the other cargo ship was going, any rate. So if I go find them and speak to them, you have time before you have to leave. Yes.
Yes, we won't be leaving at least until... Looks to Linda. Linda, current rates tomorrow afternoon, maybe? Tomorrow afternoon?
Okay. Thank you for your time, and we'll
And
be.
thank you! And she holds out her hand to shake yours again.
Yep.
And, she smiles warmly at you. It's always a pleasure to speak the mother tongue, especially in such a barbaric area.
She says to the Utechian step rider.
Yeah.
To the literal barbarian.
Yeah.
Dwarves and barbarians. Which one's worse for an elf?
Elf.
And I'm speaking her tongue.
Yeah, that's
so...
fair.
This is fair, yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's her comparison between a dwarf and a barbarian. What's worse for an elf?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I guess it depends
Pleasure
on your
is mine,
feeling.
and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you. And we're gonna go hunt down the rest of our party unless they're looking at the government boat.
I think Rivalon and I are looking at the last boat.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's it then.
you are. So you go ahead, and this was the last transport you were looking at, or
The
were you
cargo ship, yeah.
No,
Last
no, no,
cargo.
no. We've had the car. Oh,
No, Isaac
yes.
looked at
No,
the
you're
pilot
right.
boat,
Sorry,
yeah.
Isaac went to the
right.
unlisted.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you went to the unlisted. So one more, and you go towards a boat that has common as its name, and it's the Eliers.
L years.
Yeah.
ELY, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which sounds familiar to you, and it makes sense because this is definitely a trade city ship, because it has the symbol of one of the lesser trade cities on its sail that you see on board. And they all look to be fairly close to casting off. Like, these guys are getting the last things together. You can definitely see them unloading the essentials for a trip at this point. They're not loading cargo. So the difference would be they're loading, like, lemon juice and, things that you don't want to put on the ship before you need it. You just you didn't get it on right before.
Because scurvy sucks.
Yeah, and the longer you keep lemon juice contained, the more diluted it becomes. So you need to make sure it's fresh when it comes on board. So, but that's the thing. And I know that from the series Terror, because I watched that like twice. Really good show.
Yeah. So is there somebody who looks to be in charge shouting about?
You ask, and they point you towards a dark-skinned man who was in the process of talking with like a dock official a little bit away from the ship, kind of like looking at a piece of paper. They're signing something. You can see some coins going back and forth when you walk up, as they're getting done. Yes. Do you?
Hello, sir. My name is Sesh. This is Rivalon, and my
Hey.
party, my adventuring group, are looking for travel to Teutonia, to one of the ports. You wouldn't happen to be heading that way?
Not to Teutonia, no. We're bringing spices to Paramin.
Are you local?
Not local.
Local to
not to
Paramin,
here.
I should say.
Paramin. Yes, yes. I wasn't born there, but I've made my home there. Yes.
I was born in Alhut.
Oh, see another from the wastes.
It's nice to see a regional face, and she will offer a hand.
He shakes it.
We will... When are you considering leaving? I see you're packing your juices and such. Are you leaving soon?
Well, we're paid up into, I think another 4 hours, and then we have to leave. We're somewhat already full, but if you could, or if you would like, it would be at least, say, a fair price, especially for a individual from the wastes as yourself. 10 gold pieces for a passage?
There are...
What about horses?
We have a few horses.
Horse. It would be a problem.
Not enough
We're
room.
already loaded. We're already
Yeah.
loaded pretty heavily. That would stress us a lot. So unless we put the horses on the deck, but we're going to be at sea for a while. It would be very hard. I would not recommend it.
Mm.
If you had
Well-
come maybe a day or two ago, we could have worked something out. Could have shifted around some cargo, gotten a little stable going, but it's pretty late in our
Well-
docking time to do that.
Well, Captain, don't worry about it. It's fine. Thank you for your time, and have a safe journey, please.
Thank you, and I hope you find more luck. He does a little half bow and begins walking back to his ship.
As we're walking away, I say to Sesh, we may be doing this on the road.
Looks like it could be, yeah.
So yes, that was the last of your ships that you went around and searched for. So,
Find the rest of the team.
seagoing vessels that you went out to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I imagine that we set up a thing where we're like, oh, we'll just meet outside the harbor master's office when we're all finished our
Yeah.
conversation. Easy on
sure, why not? Yeah. By the time you get there, everybody's kind of coalesced back together. You're all like in a little group. That's, you had your horses lashed too.
Yeah.
So
Break.
and we go to
Break.
break.
Yep.
This is also a good time for you guys to talk amongst yourselves and figure out what the fuck you're gonna do.
All right. Break. We will be back in around 5 to 10 minutes. Depending, go somewhere if you need to. But it's a great time for you to go grab a cup of tea, and we will be back after our bio break. See you then. Oh.
Him just both got the codes for the new DLC, which is, what is it called? Reinforcement?
It's called Resurrection because it's season 2. They've actually apparently going to be doing a bunch of DLC for this DLC.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to be. Season 1 was the first half of the Silent War. Season 2 is the second half of the Silent War.
Right.
Takes place 3 years after the original campaign. So there's a new model for the Galactica, or for the Jupiter-class Battlestar, which adds in, what is it? It's like, it doubles the turrets and stuff like that? Like
It's a lot of stuff I don't know because I actually haven't got into the actual DLC yet because I got my code and then, I don't know, it's something called Dungeons and Dragons was being streamed tonight and I'm a part of it or something like that. And it was like, oh look, got the DLC. Oh, I have to go and do this live stream first.
Yeah. Oh no!
God!
Who would get in on this? Who would sign up to play this for more than
it's a traveling episode, so Rivlon doesn't even get to shoot anything.
I know. Friggin' stupid.
It's good.
Rivlon just loses his mind, kills the crew, one of the boats, and goes, "All right, we're going."
Do not tempt me.
He just lets loose an arrow towards shoreline once we're on the boat.
Starts up another boat.
You can't get me! I'm on a boat! Sorry.
What's that? Malaysian red curry flavor. Oh, Pringles.
Tasty.
Right, okay.
Oh my god.
That sounds...
It tastes really good, actually.
Okay.
Tastes like it even smells like Indian curry. Like it's actually pretty nice.
Pass.
Yeah.
Then again, I could also be like incredibly like, how do I put it? Sleep hungover, like you know when you lack sleep and your brain.
Sleep deprivated.
Yes.
There's an actual word for it.
Sleep deprived.
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet specifically on that rival. I might either do a full playthrough of beginning to end to detail all the DLC, or just do the new camp. Not sure.
Right, are we ready to...
I'll be doing a complete playthrough.
Nice.
Yeah, because I don't know if I want to go through the Agathon sisters again.
Oh, don't worry. You kind of get to like them after a while.
No, that's Stockholm syndrome. That's talking. You played
Right.
the game enough.
Shall we continue?
Yeah, the Mikey just got up and left.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And are you here, Utari?
Yeah, Utari's here.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. I have no idea.
I heard him. I
heard him a little while ago. I didn't know if he got up. But yeah, I'm good to go when you guys are good to go.
Right, while Mikey's gone, we can discuss. So, what do we think out of the current ships? Is there any we could do, or do we think?
Well, go on, sorry.
The other one is the best one looking so far because even if we can't
Could
pull
you?
the money, if people don't
I'm
want to
sorry,
pull the
Tari.
money-
Could you get closer to the mic? It's really hard.
So
Sorry,
is that
bud.
better?
Yeah, that's much
Yes.
better.
Much.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So the other one's looking the best one because even if we can't, like, people don't want to pull their money together to get us closer, because if the people think that's too much, it's at least going to get us to Paramin, which is the closest any of the ships are that are actually capable of taking horses, more than like, because they've only just started unloading. They're gonna be able to.
Well, they're also going to Fall Harbor.
Yeah, they're going to Full Hub. That's not really getting us that much closer, unless we're looking at.
But there's
connecting
more
ship.
ships. Yeah, we could always try and look for another connecting ship.
Yeah,
It's
so
the same with the
there's
IMD, like
there's
that.
goods on the Elven ship, more goods on it than on the
Yeah.
more positives for it than on any of the other ships.
Yes.
Now the last ones to look at would be the government ship, but so far it's looking like I would frankly rather we invest the excess money into getting us closer.
How much was the
Well,
excess
Not really
money?
excess money, like 1,500 or 1,600 gold. I think it was
1,600 total, but if we
Yeah.
can pull it together, it's not
Hang on one second.
hugely bad. Plus
Hold
whatever
on
they're
1
gonna
second.
plus whatever they're gonna charge for the
This
transport.
is-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between 6 of us, that's what? 12 would be 400. It'd be 450 each. roughly.
Well,
266 each.
Demir does not have that.
No, I'm
Does
dividing
not
it by
have that
6, so...
Yeah. So
Oh,
1600.
5, yeah, shit. That's
Five.
five.
Demir was just given 100 gold pieces and he had to spend
It's
20
no,
to
it's
still
get
about
his horse back.
It's 320
It's
each.
320 each, which isn't too bad when you think about it.
And it cuts off a lot of time, but again, like if need be, we can either take it to Full Harbour or to Paramin if we want to.
Or to
save
Iron
gold.
Bay. If you guys want to go to the Iron Bay, we could take a boat from there because we're probably going to make a roll, assuming the stream's back on right now, and be like, oh, is that like a really big, you know?
Oh yeah,
place
yeah.
for
Go
people
ahead
to
if you
meet
wanted
up?
to know what the Iron Bay is. Go ahead and roll. See what that.
What skill?
That'd be
specifically?
history.
I'm not great at it. If anybody else would like to roll too. Oh,
16, not bad.
Actually, yeah, it's not actually that bad.
it's from all the time spent on the harbor in.
In terms of the island itself, which is the island is a part of a 2-island chain called the Sliderex, or the Sliderex, which are a very old colony from the dwarves' initial kind of diaspora around. Diaspora. The islands themselves are like the Falklands in terms of what they are. There's like no trees, a lot of grass, very windswept. Just very.
Was there a war over them at some point?
No, there hasn't been a war over them specifically. They've just been kind of left alone. They're not really that useful. And the Iron Bay is called that because all the structures there are made of metal, because there's no wood on the to build any of them. So these are made of imported materials and like old ship parts that have been kind of made into settlement. The
So
Iron
to
Bay
be
is called
specific about the question, would there be a good transport hub there?
It has to import a lot. So ships come in quite often to bring in food and drinkable water and materials to live with. A lot of that comes from its home, though, which is the freeholds and Rapkas. So a lot of it's coming in. It doesn't export much. It exports its presence in terms of that it is there in case. Because the straits are very stormy once you get past the actual islands, so usually ships like to harbor there during big storms and then go down once that's cleared. It's kind of just there as a stop for most ships that are going.
It's motorway
south.
services.
Yeah.
It's the Azores.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's the
that makes
Azores.
sense.
Essentially.
So yeah, I will assume we all got back together and we're talking about this, and I'm like, well, the Iron Bay isn't a great place to stop because a lot of the imports they get are from the freeholds, which means any boat that come there will probably be heading back to the freeholds.
Well,
So
I
that's
can
not a great place to
afford
stop.
my share of the pocket to get us to Teutonia.
Same, yeah.
I have no issue. The sooner I can be home, the better for both me and my brother.
Well, have we looked there? And he points up towards the giant fuck off sky tower that's in the center of the.
No, we haven't.
And
When we
there
still
are
have time.
2 ships that are docked at different levels there.
Okay.
No, Demir, we haven't.
Should we
To
check
be
this?
fair, we do have several days, right? Most of the
We're-
ships that we can leave.
Well,
Are leaving
the Elvish
in
ship,
2
the
days.
Camilla, right, as from what Ustinia said, is leaving in 4 hours, or is it tomorrow?
No, it's
That's
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow
It's,
afternoon.
uh,
The
my-
one that's
the
leaving in
boat
4
live is-
hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
was
boat
the
I
one
visited.
We
That
scratched
can't
that
take
one off, 'cause
the
it can't
can't take
Yeah.
the horses. Yeah. So
If we're planning on spending 1,600 gold, he looks very uncomfortable with saying even that amount of gold piece.
like that's a
his-
fucking
Yeah, that's his.
Ooh,
That's he's
mega
never seen
bougie.
that much money in his life. Maybe we could get it cheaper on a sky ship. I mean, they're expensive.
Does anyone in this party actually come from like any aristocratic background bar me?
No.
I guess in terms of, like,
Yes, the person who's
tribal
raised by fucking wolves.
Yeah, I guess in terms of like tribal aristocracy, I guess.
I suppose,
me
yeah.
and my brother-
I was,
But I'm talking 1600 gold's not a big thing kind of aristocracy.
Oh,
I
no.
come from a
Oh,
family
yeah.
who's like I come
Many
from
horses.
a family.
That's our thing.
Yeah, I come from a family whose mother was a trader and whose father is a stonemason. So probably not.
Your
I was
mother
still
was a
up to date.
hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
My father was a
probably
I
general.
don't think I've
would be
ever
the
met a
closest.
well-read stonemason.
This is where
My father
we
was
came
a
from.
general. My mother was an angel.
An angel.
An angel.
This is where like Roach just pulls out the sledgehammer. Like, did you say Mason?
I am a walking white
Oh, God.
privilege.
Well, Midge's character is clearly a Freemason.
No, I
Midge's
got
character is just walking privilege. He's got all that celestial privilege and all that white privilege. And
I
all
also
that
don't think
aristocratic
R1's from a
privilege.
very highfalutin background either. He's a bard.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's probably seen a lot of aristocratic people, though. To be fair,
yeah,
with his
played
yeah.
them.
his travel playing and shit.
Yeah, but not. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so 1600 gold's a lot of money for a lot of us.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's go check out the airships then.
Yeah, let's go check out the airships, and then if we decide they're
even
too
if
expensive,
they charged you 100 gold pieces per cab,
each.
Yeah, that's
still-
cheap, yeah.
you'd still be making it. It still cost you half as much. So.
Yeah, okay,
It still
yeah,
costs
let's check
1,000
out the
gold
airships.
less.
To the
Yeah,
Sky
it's like a-
Tower!
Essentially, right? If it costs less than
And then you're
if it
inside
costs
the
less than-
hand-cranked elevator to go up. It's just like,
if it costs less than 300 gold per
This-
person, then it's cheaper.
Yeah.
essentially.
yeah.
So
So you spend-
basically, we're in the elevator. Do they have like a bard there playing elevator music?
No, you're actually the whole
No,
time
you
up there.
have a
You're just,
Ribelon playing elevator music.
oh my god!
Which part are we on again?
All right, stop.
Cease.
So where are you taking airship to?
Halt.
Oh, wait, do we have our passports?
What,
The big logo on my chest is my passport.
yeah. Though seriously though, your entire trip up, which is slow and methodical, is just accompanied with the sound of
Ribelon going.
because the whole way up there is somebody on the ground who is using a pulley system to get you up, and so it's a little bit at a time.
Oh god, we have to go
Like-
through the fucking magical TSA again.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
The Orf is checking.
Just with a wand going whoop boop, whoop boop, whoop boop.
But you do finally
There's a tax on the
you
amount of
finally get to the
magical
top.
items you can have in your hand luggage. Whoop boop, whoop boop.
I'm sorry, sir, that your carry-on's too heavy. You're gonna have to put that to the. You're gonna have to.
Sorry to
take
everyone
some
watching
items
mine.
out.
I'm just going to go and put my.
You're gonna have to check your griffin, thank you.
It's trimming my back on.
Do you have a permit for that weapon, sir?
Just-
No, I don't. Take it off me.
Like he's like, you
There's-
have a
there's
permit.
6 code
No.
6 shocking hand.
there-
Somebody comes up behind you.
there's like
Yes, more.
there's a dwarf being like patted down with a table next to him covered in like health potions. Are these all for personal use, sir?
So
Well, that's like all
you're gonna have to put these into a water skin, sir.
Yeah, these have to be in a small water skin, sir. You're going to take a small water skin with you on the flight. No more than 250 mils of.
I'm just
alcohol.
imagining not an actual TSA uniform, but a medievalized version of a TSA uniform.
Yeah.
So it's it's like a pale blue tabard over like normal clothing.
And I like the fact that like their metal detectors is like a wand that just goes boop, boop.
Yeah. But no, you
The metal detector goes
you
over
arrive.
Isaac's stomach, and they're just like, "Why is there
Oh,
so
so
many
that
pieces of metal
tangent.
stuck in you?"
No
You
blades
arrive.
over 2 meters are allowed on the flight.
You arrive, and there are 2 ships that are currently docked in the tower.
And they're both delayed due to crew shortages.
Yes.
Well, no,
Awesome.
currently the
Story
Sky Tower
of
is
my
being...
life.
Last night.
Currently,
that
the
is the
Sky
story
Tower...
of my life.
Yeah. Though here, currently, the Sky Tower is being occupied by a large portion of Gorgon citizens who are campaigning for democracy. So,
Okay.
Democracy.
to date,
Excuse me, I need to get on their ship. I don't care about your democracy. Get out of my way. Rich man
We don't
coming
got
through.
it. It's the one true system.
the funny thing is, there probably is a Russian guy in the Hong Kong airport doing exactly that.
Yes. Poor guy.
Did you not see? Did you guys
Wow.
see the video of
And
the
remember,
chick who, like,
no
flying
Russian.
over-
No,
Yeah.
No, Russian.
Remember,
Okay.
no liquids.
So, so you do get onto the Sky Tower, and there are 2 ships currently docked there. Let's see here. What are they called?
Poor Roach is trying so hard.
Roach
to
is just
keep
like, I'm
this on.
fucking
I'm bringing it back, damn it! God damn it!
Must keep D&D stream on track. Why won't they let me? Because we're evil. That's why.
Okay,
Sorry, Ray.
so
We love
both of them are not. They're not personal conveyances. These are like run by like a trade guild.
Okay.
So they're not like a yacht. And it doesn't look like either of them are onloading cargo anymore. They're getting ready to leave. Both of them look like they're fairly close to departure time.
We split in half and we pick a sheep each because they might leave while we're not here. So
They're close enough that we could probably just quickly jump from one to
you
another.
can get to them easily enough. But one of them has Elvish name on the side of it, and it is. I'm assuming if you're all going to them, somebody
Yeah.
reads Elvish in the party, at least somebody. So it's called the Rising Tide.
they're in
I
the
hope-
happy little trees.
I hope that's an ironic name and that this hasn't ended up in the water a number of times.
But it's
No, it's just it's a Vietnam reference. That's all it is.
so.
Talking about democracy in airports.
You enter, but you can enter into its like little docking area, and if you ask, they are offering cabins for transit. They have cargo that they're transporting, and they're going to be going in a circuit
Okay.
around Iral.
Okay.
First leg of the journey, they're going to be heading up to the Sky Tower in Mornberg in the northern Silnal Kingdom.
Oh. Oh. Heading my way.
They're heading up that way, and then they're going to be heading down to Tkova.
Is
Okay.
that in the River Republics?
Yeah, that's the Gull River Kingdoms, republics.
Republics.
Yeah.
Republics. That's kind of their
Like
defining
Republic.
principles that they're not a
What
kingdom.
the- why- we don't understand this republic thing. It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Then they'll be heading down to Paramin from Tkova, and then they'll be going into Tunlas, and then up to Viabrod.
Takova's really good for us.
Yeah, Takova's like perfect. But yeah. Ooh, good to know.
They'll be doing.
Excuse me,
They'll be doing that circuit.
How long do you think the trip to Jakova would?
And there's like there's a human who's dressed very fine. Who you're talking to? Oh well, we could, depending on headwinds and the current weather systems, as well as if we'll need to divert around certain areas across the Morning Mountains. We're looking at from Gorgon to Morberg, probably close to 2 weeks journey. It's not a direct flight. The mountains are quite tall, so we have to divert around, hook north after we hit them. Then from Moorburg to Takova, we're looking at a pretty straight shot with a good backwind, maybe about a week and a half.
So 3.5 weeks to
Then-
Takova.
Then from Takova, we're looking down to Paramin, probably close to, again, the winds are not as good, and be careful around the Grey Waste, so we usually just go down the Gull River and then out through the...
These guys are
Strait-
set to 1 height, aren't they? The skyships?
Yes.
How high?
Skyships are
How high are you
dialed
set
in.
to?
Well, you're looking... They're docked at their height, which is about midway up the...
Okay, how high is that? So 200 feet? 300 feet?
Yeah, 200, so it's about 100 foot up.
100 foot.
And,
Okay, that's
it's-
interesting.
Yeah, so that's why they have to divert around the mountain. Some of the tall.
The mountains are taller than that. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the thing about skyships is that they're imbued magically to their altitude, and they kind of can't adjust. They can't adjust it in any way. So they.
Are these both
Yeah,
100
around
foot?
hills.
Are they both 100 foot?
No, the other
skyships?
one's taller. The
Oh,
other one's-
okay.
The other one's up near the top, actually.
And I
It's-
remember
it's
from
60
my discovery before, the higher up they are, the more classy they are normally. The
yeah,
newer,
they're
the
more
newer,
important,
the
they're
newer,
class-
newer.
They're newer. That's the
And then the very top ones tend to be like personal vessels as well.
They can be, yeah.
Yeah,
most
but
of the
this
time,
one's a
or just
ship.
very affluent
Trade. Okay.
trade ships.
The silver
It also
sands
limits-
probably are all top.
Leveraging my knowledge as a cartographer, can I work out how long via like horseback it would take us to get to Tarkova
Takova, from where?
from where we
here.
are, from Gorgon?
From Gorgon? Oh, you're looking at a week and a half to Fall Harbor, so you're looking at stretch that out. So
2
week and a
months.
half to Fall Harbor. It take you probably close to just on horseback, maybe
So this is 3 weeks instead of 2 months. So it's decent either.
3.5
way.
weeks.
Half the time.
Well, yeah,
So,
but it's
cutting-
half the time.
Cutting it in half. Yeah. That's again. He gave you if we've got good headwind. If we don't have a good.
If everything
good
worked
wind,
out in
Yeah.
our favor,
there's no
sort of
weather
thing.
problems. 'Cause they have to bunker down for weather because
Yeah.
the ship does not have a way to stay.
Okay.
It's air current. So if there's a big storm that's blowing through, they have to kind of anchor themselves to the ground.
How
You remember because the Aquilian
Yeah.
had to do that.
how
That's why they got it.
how much would
I'm like,
passage
yeah,
be
yeah.
to Tarkova?
Well, normally we do a one-way, but you'd have to pay double because we'd have to keep the cabins for you both times. Usually we unload somebody, people. So, how many?
okay.
Are you, yeah, because usually it's
six.
you pay for Moorburg, and then
You'd
and
pay
then
again.
that's where you pay again. 'Cause they have
Moorburg,
cabins.
Moorburg, it's 6 of us and a couple of horses.
How many horses?
And a dog.
Dog doesn't really count.
Is it 6 horses and 1 dog?
No,
'Cause
it
there's,
is.
It's a Rivalon's horse,
My
Ustenia's,
horse.
Demir's horse, your
4
horse.
horses.
my horse.
Yeah,
Right.
5
horses and a
horses and a
dog.
dog. And
Yeah.
6 people.
And 6
Yeah.
people. Well, we could. We don't offer double cabin, so you'd have to pay an individual cabin fee for everybody, and then you'd also have to pay cargo space fee for your horses. So, from here to Moorburg, we usually charge about 150 gold pieces for our cabin stay, and then another 50 gold piece surcharge for cargo space, which would be the equivalent of your where your horses stay, and they will be taken care of. Don't. So we're looking at 200 gold pieces for here to Moorburg, and then another 200 once we go from Moorburg to Takova.
200
That's still a
each.
lot cheaper.
So
400 each.
that's
Yeah.
200
that's
each.
more.
That's each 400.
That's
each.
more. That's more.
yeah,
for
but it's
the
probably
ship.
faster, right?
It is faster.
It's faster, but
it
it's
is-
more. Because we'd be paying up front for 2 legs of the journey, could we maybe get a deal there? As there's a few of us as well.
It's not
Sort
up
of.
front. It's not up front. I have to log this with the local trade guild chapter. So I have to log your trip with the Gorgon chapter, and then that's only to Moorburg, and then I have to log it with the Moorburg chapter once you get to Takova. I'm sorry, there's a lot of paperwork to do here. I don't own the ship. I just pilot it and captain it. I know it's difficult. it is not common to do for cruise work unless it's meant for it. I could tell you if this is your first time using a skyship for this. There are
It's not, but
there are,
go ahead.
there are cruise
For
skyships
myself.
that exist that you could wait for if you're looking for a direct route to Tacoma. I'm assuming where you want to go. I
It's
know
the closest location you have to where
Yes.
we want to go. Yes.
I know the Blue Smile comes through here quite often. I know her captain has about 200 cabins.
The Blue Smile, you said?
Hey, she's about a 75-footer.
Oh, so she's a lower flyer.
Yes,
So she would
Oh,
also
the-
have to go around the mountains.
but she usually goes from. If I recall, this is memory. I don't captain her. I don't know her exact.
No,
route,
no, it's
but,
of course, but anything you can help us with.
She goes from. She travels a lot from Rapkus to the Freehold proper, and then into the interior. Because Takova has a very good approach in the 75-foot range, so it's an easy route.
Right.
So she usually goes from Mainyar up to Gorgon, and then I think she goes south into the Straits, just south of Broken Shield, and then routes into Tokova along the Gull River from the south. But usually it doesn't take too long. They do a lot of tourists go down to Repkus for hunting season.
Mm. We've met a hunter who's done that, actually, haven't we?
Yeah, I hear that's
I
very
think
nice.
you might have.
The there's interesting creatures. I've been there a couple. But the Blue Smile is a cruise vessel. It can do quite a bit if you're looking for that kind of work. I think she, and he's pointing up to the 200-footer above you. I think she's more direct routes. Not a lot of 200-foot sky tower. So you're looking at you got Gorgon, Norndarim just opened up her 200-footer. Takova is a 250-footer sky tower, so she's
So
first
the
in
one
class
above
there.
might be going straight to Tarkova.
Who else is a 200-footer? I want to say Stonelass has one.
Would my map have any information on that?
No.
Okay, I'm
Your map's
adding.
an overlap.
I'm adding those. I'm adding the information about Sky Towers to the map.
Okay.
Anna.
Stonelass has one. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember exactly.
You just see he sees me pull out a scroll case full of maps, go through them, pull out the world map, unroll it, and pull out my. I've got like a side pocket in my cloak, and it's just like a what's it called? Like you just see like a protractor and a compass and stuff. I'm just gonna in like a pen protector, like.
I think the other one that is a 200-footer is I think it's Var Buldar. Var Buldar. The dwarves always name things with a constant hard. It's over in Zeral. It's one of their. It's their big draw to the city in the northern colony.
On the island of Odith, right?
No, in Zeral, the eastern continent. Var Buldar.
Oh, I forgot about this extra fucking thing.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yes,
other half of that.
Varbodar. Yeah, I've been only looking at the original map.
Yeah. It's a big world.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
Because
world.
originally we only had the
world.
first half of the map.
That is true. But I think those are the only places that have 200-footers that I know of. So
It's a
it'd be
good
pretty limited run for her. He points up to the actually smaller than his skyship above you.
Well, thank you for the information. We will get back to you. You're around
Yeah,
for a
don't
little
worry.
while.
Yeah, we have to go through some paperwork to finalize our transit plans and our flight path. So if you
Actually, before we go, do you know just as an estimate, when do you think the blue smile might turn up again?
Well, I can't tell you for.
No,
So-
I know. Just best guess or estimate.
Captain Fusco usually does pretty fast transit. She's quick for her for her height. So usually catches a headwind from Minyar. Maybe a week. I think maybe a week. I don't know where she'd go after that. Her plans are usually pretty based around. It's not hunting season, so Takova is not a huge destination. She does in the off season. She does a lot of cargo transit. So if possible, you could get something through there, but it'd be about maybe a week. Again, I don't know for sure. Don't quote me.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to help you. You seem like good people.
Oh, thank you.
And if you need, like I said, we'll be here for probably maybe 2 more days before we're able to leave. If you do decide you want to take to get some cabins with our fine vessel, you can do so.
Good to
Thank
know.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Please.
And I say, is this guy dwarfish?
No, he's human.
Oh, okay, he's just human. Oh, thank you. Right, let's go up and check that final skyship that's here.
Okay, go up to the skyship. The guy at the bottom is doing that, but up and it's down
I'm
there.
surprised they haven't got like a large animal pulling things, like a cave troll.
Cheaper.
Dwarf power.
It's the
Yeah,
same reason why they continue to use steam generators with positive void coefficient.
Of course.
Fact of the
It's
day!
cheaper.
Cheaper to just to pay a street urchin like food than to.
I mean,
pay
you'd I
for
suppose.
an ox.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it takes you a couple minutes to get up to the top because it's basically double the distance up, and you get up there, and does anybody here speak Celestial or read Celestial?
Yes, of course I do. That's how I contact you to tell you how long we've got until the break.
Celestial. He asks the Celestial.
Yeah, Celestial. I want to know if
Anyone
anybody
here
else did.
speak Uteshian?
The name.
Your brother.
Is anyone here a ranger and an elf?
No.
But yeah, this ship has a name and
It's the
Celestial.
first time I've read Celestial all fucking campaign. It's 'cause, for those who don't know, that like I tell Roach how far we are off our break by typing in chat in Celestial because it's the only one that no one else can read, so I don't bother them with it.
So this one's called the Greedy Wolf.
Ooh.
This one's called the Death Sentence. That's what it's called.
The greedy what?
Wolf.
Wolf.
Greedy Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Very nice. Okay.
And see, the thing about this is each of these Sky Tower docks, it looks like when they're not being used, not a lot of people stay on the skyship. So the captain is in a little office that is
Yeah.
only used for the people that are docked at that arm at the point. So you, just like with the other one, you enter in, and there's a female dwarf who is sitting behind a desk, and seems to be doing some plots on some small map that she's looking. She's wearing a symbol of Palor on her ring.
Oh God! Look at that face.
Mitch's face.
Just whoop. He's awake
a
now.
ring.
It's bathed in light as it is, but it just suddenly lit up.
Yeah, on a ring on her finger. You can see the symbol of Palor there.
Midge is just like that meme where it's like, regular people, I sleep. Pale worshippers, real shit.
Real shit.
All right.
So
Let's see if I can sweet talk a fellow member of the faith, getting us a cheap airfare.
she's like, and yeah, she's a middle-aged dwarvish woman, little like 5 o'clock shadow, and some like red hair. She's going dwarf.
One walks in and goes, "My next ex-wife."
Or
in Dwarvish, because you said she's a dwarf, yes?
Yes. Well, yeah, she has a 5 o'clock shadow, so yeah. It's a dwarf.
oh boy.
Paylor's,
Our one's just like, just fuck it, it's fine.
Paylor's light guide your day, friend. We are here inquiring possibly about passage.
Transit? For all of you?
6 people, 5 horses.
And a dog.
People, 5 horses. That's quite the amount. Do you have a destination in mind? Or somewhat limited?
Tarkova, preferably.
Cool.
Also,
Could be done.
May I compliment you on the name of the ship? It's been a while since I've seen such a script as well.
Well, I got it from the from the Starlight primers. They're the story of the wolf, and I got inspiration when I purchased the vessel.
Everybody else is just sleeping.
Basically, the greedy wolf is a
girl.
reference to what's essentially a part like a Bible passage.
Yeah, it's like a fable. It's a fable.
It's a it's a fable.
I'm very familiar with it.
I'm glad to hear so. Culvers. Well, when are you looking to get there? Specifically.
Yesterday.
The fastest as possible we can get there.
We were originally planning to do a direct to Stinlass.
To where did she say?
Stinlass.
It's basically one of the Elvish kingdoms on the west coast.
Ah, yeah, okay.
It's a great.
I haven't got kingdom names up.
Doing a direct there. Kova does have a skydock that can accommodate. Haven't been there in a. How much are you willing to pay for passage? We could redirect for a fee.
I turn to our merchant member of the party, who is familiar with sky travel, for
All
Limbering up.
The last time she was on it got raided by pirates.
well,
Yep.
even so, she would probably be the best person in the party to get a sort of idea of pricing.
All the PTSD. Just all this PTSD. It's so good. I love it.
It's like asking Batman. It's like asking Batman about plays. And just like, oh, how did you like the play, Mr. Wayne?
Just
It was
1,000-yard stare.
Master Blush does not.
Okay, so Rose,
Other than that, Miss Lincoln, how did you enjoy the play?
F. So, Miss Kennedy, how did you like your drive?
Oh, yes.
I saw even Roach cringed at that one. Like, ooh, that's so hard.
I don't know why that one's just a little closer. I was a little closer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, what would I know about like prices for Skyship personal travel? Because I probably would have looked into it where I got the job.
They're pricey for cabins.
Yeah.
You got off lucky because they needed somebody to help with the guard. Because they were.
Good job on that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah. She's alive.
That's true.
Yeah.
The rest of the crew are.
Oh God! Oh, I've just got that.
She guarded her life.
Only because we
Succeeded
came in.
guarding one life, my own.
She didn't even do that very well. She almost died.
No.
I mean, you got stabbed 17 times in the stomach by a level
By like a
0
little
common.
girl.
Yeah.
I like how every time we tell the story, she gets smaller and younger.
I demand a parlay with Lyman.
Stab,
And no one may hurt me. Why am I being stabbed in the back by
I am alive. We succeeded. Move on.
That's exactly what I would say as well. So
Your it's expensive when you're looking for a cabin. You got lucky because you could get a guard job, which meant you didn't have to pay. You just had to work and help around. But like cabin fees are anywhere between, depending on how good of a cabin they are, distance, what the ship normally does. Like you're looking anywhere between like 100 to 500 gold pieces for a cabin stay on a sky ship. They're not like meant for common people to use. These are this is like an ocean trawler, or this is like an ocean cruise in the early 1900s. Like
this is Titanic.
Essentially, this is like first class on the Titanic. This is
call it the Olympics because that one survived.
That we know of. Depends on the conspiracy theories, but
oh god, don't start on that.
It's a very possible one.
Drink of my beer.
No, it isn't. It's not. Stop.
Switching the one for the one that had the insurance policy. Switching the name.
Shut up.
I'm just gonna drink my beer and keep quiet, okay?
But it's less about getting to a place. It's more about the experience in those more expensive ones. So that's why the Blue Smile is a cruise sky ship. It's meant to like take you from point to point, but also like offer you the captain goes, if you look out the starboard side of the ship, you will see the beautiful, kind of.
Here's your champagne.
Yeah, champagne. Yeah, champagne, that kind of thing. It's a big experience for those ones, but even the least expensive ones are still 100 because it's not meant for you need to get someplace, pay up. Kind of thing.
After a year of work, I probably would have had enough money put away one trip on a sky ship.
And they don't do return tickets. It's like you go to a place, you pay for one way, like with sky ships. There's not you have to pay for a round. So the Blue Smile, if you wanted to go from Takova to Minyar in Rapkus for the hunting season, you'd pay 1,000 gold pieces for the trip there and then back, essentially. Yeah. And the reason people do that is because it's a lot safer than
walking.
It's a lot safer than riding, walking, or taking an actual ship because there's a lot of storm stuff on the ocean.
So we know that the cost of the Elven ship is 320 gold per person. When we divide up that 60.
So if we can get it for lower than that per person.
If so
if we can get it for the same, we take it.
Yeah, because it's faster probably.
No, it's faster. Full stop.
Yeah.
Because we're only getting
and safer. Don't forget, it's also safer because we're not on the sea. So there's that too.
Yeah.
And it's a sign as well. It's fucking Palor.
I mean, for you maybe, but anyway.
Well, literally just rolled up the character course.
Surely we could leverage that. High Inquisitor having an important mission.
If you wanted to, you haven't done that yet. All she sees right now is somebody that because you don't have a Palor symbol on your tabard. You just
I do.
Tabard, isn't it? Oh, you do?
Yeah, there is a massive star of Palor on my tabard.
Okay, yeah. She sees the Palor thing, but that doesn't mean anything because there's this also has one of the largest temples of Palor in
that's fair enough.
The freeholds. So it's
okay. So I'm going to approach the woman and say, "Hello, my name is Sesho Shashi. You call me Sesh. These are my friends, as you know."
Yes, I saw.
So, yes, unfortunately, I'm stuck with them, and they're stuck with me.
Is that how you're going to describe us? Oh, fine.
I am the one keeping you alive. Anyway, madam.
Don't mess with the white man.
Don't mess with the cleric. Anyway, madam, I was wondering, since there are 6 of us and we're all paying together, how does 175 gold pieces per person sound, plus a surcharge for the animals of 25 gold pieces each?
Might I add that we are on a mission for the faith.
We're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God.
Sorry, I had to do it.
I mean, that's literally how my current.
I got it from the intro to you.
Well, no, that's a different Blues Brothers reference, but it is a Blues Brothers reference. So we're getting the band back together. No. But yes, we are in service of our Lord currently. We need to get to Tarkova as fast as possible for then to get to the Uteshian Steppe Kingdoms.
She's like fiddling with a ring. Nerve attack. It's quite the request. It's not necessarily diverting, and the payment is for the wear and tear on the ship, and for the rations of crew. Profit margin is.
All right, I'm back now.
Make a persuasion check with a man.
Persuasion check with
Which one of us?
advantage. Okay.
It's Sash making the argument.
Yeah.
You gave her advantage by doing the.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So let me click the little advantage button.
The advantage.
Persuasion. I am trained in persuasion, so this is good. This is good, yes.
Yeah.
It better be.
Come on, you. son of a-
Riverlon
roll
hasn't
the
shot
dice.
anything today.
Hit that button.
Roll the dice,
Like
you
and
son of a bitch.
subscribe.
Come on.
Oh no!
Yes, like and subscribe. No.
Yes, you can do that as well.
Subscribe to
Hit
Patreon.
that bell.
Give them all the money.
Hit that bell button, otherwise you won't hear about our content.
You're watching us all on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer.
Really?
Subscribe to all of them.
Wait. So who's doing
Who's on Mixer? You're on Mixer as well.
Ninja.
I mean, you add Steam to that as well. We're also live on Steam.
Oh,
God.
shit.
12.
I could have done Steam, but I didn't.
I'm afraid I'm sympathetic, obviously, to another member of the faith, but we have to look out for my ship and my crew and their livelihoods as well. I'm afraid my initial price stands.
What? You
What was your
never
initial
gave
price? I
an
didn't hear it.
initial
Oh, not
price.
initial price. I'm afraid it's going to be about 400 gold pieces, with a surcharge of 10 for you to go direct to Cove.
410 per person for
Yeah,
a horse.
That's
fine.
That's actually a
more
really
than-
good deal.
But we're going direct.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going direct.
That's
it's going to be
better
quicker.
because don't forget that would only get us. The previous one was 320 to Broken Shield. This is getting us to
Yeah.
Tarkova. This is skipping the whole of Teutonia.
It's an extra 90 each to get to Tarkova.
Yeah.
And to go
Quicker.
direct, and she points out, to go direct, we'll have to take a route around the morning map. There are still no passages that have been found that are the 200 foot to get through them, so we'll have to route around. Which adds a bit of time, which is why we don't normally go from Gorgon. We're looking at possibly 2 weeks.
That's so much better time wise as well.
Yeah.
I think we need to do this, guys.
Yeah.
We all like
Yeah.
step away. We all like, okay, man.
Let's
We all-
stop
yeah, we
pulling
do
them
that
out.
kind of
Step
huddle
away.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
And we all hand over 410 gold per person.
Well,
hold on.
400 gold for R1. He doesn't have a horse. He has
Oh.
a dog.
fuck no. Shit.
What?
Sorry, I misread my notes.
What? No, you're not
misread
allowed
my
to.
notes.
If it costs us more money, we're going to kill you.
It did cost more money. I said 400. I meant it's 500. 500.
No, you said 400. We're taking your first
You
price.
said
You
400.
always
No,
do it to us. We're taking
I
it.
said 400. I flipped my notes.
No, it's too late now. It's too late. You always take our first numbers when we do our dice rolls. We're taking this.
Yeah, I'm kind of going with this.
All right.
500
That'll
would
bring-
be. Oh my god.
400.
400.
per
Yeah,
per
400.
person. Anybody with a horse has,
Well,
has to put another 10.
We have to put a bit of money in for Lucenia's
We'll
brother as
also
well.
be leaving. We'll be
You're covering
leaving
it,
in
are you, buddy?
5 We'll be leaving in 5 days.
Okay.
Oh, we could get something else done in that time. Find another job.
Still.
Yeah, make a little money.
Quick. That's 3 weeks total to get to
Yeah.
Koga,
About, yeah.
basically, including waiting time.
Which is so much better than 2 months.
2 months overland if you were
that's right.
if you were riding. You never got an estimate on the time it would take you to get to Broken Shield with.
Well, there would always be an overland element. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it would be an overland.
Slow us down.
Yeah.
Slow us down significantly.
Yeah.
Whereas this, we get there within 2 weeks of leaving.
Okay. Yeah.
And we've got 5 days to kind of make some money, do a job or two.
Maybe. Oh.
Maybe if you find anything that
we could always also just take it as downtime.
That's true. You can do downtime and do downtime activities.
Downtime activities. Study and stuff.
But I won't get to shoot anything.
Actually,
Well, you could go shooting in your downtime. You could go to a range.
You can go hunting. In
You
fact,
can go
and make
hunting.
some money
hunting!
on the
I'll go hunting!
Yeah, there you go.
Kill something.
I could join in with that and see what we could get.
Yeah.
With my brother.
do some hunting stuff. That
I
can make
get
money.
to go bowling.
Our one will be spending those 5 days making money by performing in taverns around town. That's what I'll say Chris is doing.
Oh, yeah,
He would do
definitely
that,
what he
yeah.
would do.
Because of course, he's just also lost 400 gold. He's gonna want to make some of it back, and he can make some certain money.
Yeah. Make sure you mark down.
I already have, yeah.
Yeah, mark
Yeah, I
down
already have.
your lost currency. And who's paying for Demir?
Me, I've just knocked off 800.
Oh,
But you have to
The
understand.
fact that you can just do that is very good.
Just understand that I really didn't want to have to pay out that much for a trip, but my character would.
Yeah.
My character would insist.
You know
on
what?
covering for
You
his
know what?
brother.
I was offering to cover at least some of it, my friend.
Yeah, I'll cover 100 of it if you let me.
No, fine, go on then. You can cover 100 of it.
Oh, fine. If you're gonna twist my arm.
that would probably make Isaac out of money, so unfortunately he has to decline helping out.
I only have 160 gold left. We're just like fucking flinging money at people.
Jesus Christ, Arwan still has 365 gold pieces in his
He
inventory.
never buys anything.
Well, no, but he also makes a lot of money from his
Performing.
Side gigs.
performing.
Well,
yeah.
I've still got a fair bit of money, but I'm thinking because we were originally planning on picking up more supplies in Tarkova, so I'm kind of keeping a little bit in mind for that.
Yeah,
Well,
because
to
remember,
be
you're getting
fair-
to Tarkova, but Tarkova is still overland. To
Yeah. Yeah,
The,
the Step
oh,
Kingdom.
Oh yeah, but we're much closer to where we want to be, and it's not going to take us half as long.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
Might only be like a 3.5
So-
week full-time travel.
what kind of things are available for us to do in downtime? Like, with 5 days, what could we essentially do? Like,
Well, there's nothing you can really do that would just significantly change your stats or anything like that. That's like you're talking 6 months time
yeah.
for stat changes, just by normal training things, or
Yeah.
a couple of for that kind of stuff. But you can definitely do things that if you want to make money, or if you want to use some of the skills you already have to make something. You could start. There's certain crafting things. If you wanted to craft something, you might be able to get it done in that 5 days if you had the money to pay for materials. Stuff like that.
I want to finish off crafting up all of the claws, the engraved claws, and sell them off.
Okay, that's definitely something you can do, and we can do that as a. We'll do 5 rolls,
Yeah.
and we'll figure out how many you succeed in those 5, and if it's over a certain amount, you'll make a certain amount back. If it's less than a certain amount, you'll make a certain amount
Yeah.
back
Okay.
in terms of selling. So you can do this. So you're going to be focusing on crafting the claws.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
You can't.
Oh, you said sesh? I thought.
I said sesh. Yes.
So
yeah,
you
you cut off.
You
just
cut
as you were
off.
Like-
talking.
What? I was like, who? You know? Okay. All right. So things that I have that I could make money with include medicine, performance, and my masonry. What would I think would have the most potential for money making?
Depends on how you went about it. If you want to be
Uh,
creative, you can. You could always work as a mason on a couple of like construction projects around town, pay you like daily wages, which wouldn't be that much daily wage for a skilled person.
Set up as
Be like a
set up as a
couple
street
silver,
doctor, like they have in like Assassin's Creed. Just
Yeah, like put on the fucking
Pointy cap.
plague doctor mask.
Yeah.
well, a plague doctor mask would just be a normal mask on a Dragonborn, surely, wouldn't it? But it's
That's
just
fair.
a beaked mag.
Ooh.
It's just a
Well, it's beaked. It'd be more like a Kenku's mask.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a big
Kenku
beaky
mask.
thing. Like I have a snout, not a beak. Excuse you, sir.
Yes, Kenku. You have not met it.
Yeah, I can't.
yeah.
I know the reason we haven't met a Kenku because you
Kill
trying
them
to
all.
roleplay a
You have to-
Kenku would be horrible.
Oh,
I was
I'll
just like,
remember
Roach murdered them all. He ate them all
Roach will
because they all
remember that.
taste like chicken.
As in, this Kenku only learnt its English from being kidnapped by a serial killer. String them up. String them up. That's what it would be. I know you do.
I've essentially done Kenku, but with a horrible
Horrible.
bastardization in terms of the Jade monster.
Yeah, yeah, we know.
the Jade Island cannibal.
Nice.
So
I'm thinking
you could do Mason stuff. You could do healing things if you wanted
Yeah.
to, like based around that. If you wanted to spend a couple of days doing that, you could do like. Are you thinking about just doing like doctoring stuff with your healer's kit and medical knowledge, or you want to like make healing potions or stuff? Like, what do you?
Well, I think healing potions I would need to be an alchemist. I would need to have the alchemy skill, right? Like I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah,
without-
you'd have to be
yeah,
proficient in a
alchemy set.
yeah,
alchemy
I'm not
set,
proficient
or
in
well, no,
alchemy,
it's
so-
it's
Herbalist.
herbalism
Yeah,
for
herbalism.
potions.
Yeah.
Alchemy
I
is
can't do
turning
that,
gold,
so-
making gold out of things and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Well, it'd be like
equivalent
making
to-
vials of acid.
Yeah.
I could do the medicine thing. I think that would probably be the most like for me to make money because it has the highest bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Least-
You could definitely
the
do
least
that.
chance.
So we'll figure out how much that goes,
Yeah.
and then Rivellon and Ustenia, you both want to do just some hunting around.
Yeah.
You want to head out? Okay. So you're just gonna like
Hunt
go out on the
and
first day
sell
and
stuff.
And
Do you want the first
Demir
day
probably
to
goes
hunt?
with them too, right?
Yeah.
Actually, Demir doesn't. Demir he wants to spend some time and some downtime at a tavern, and he's gonna he bought some books to read.
Oh.
To go have. I'm reading.
Oh,
and-
I'm gonna give Demir one of the books of Paler I've got because I've got 2 currently. I thought you might want to read this at some point. It gives you a little bit of an insight into my faith, and has some history in there. You might enjoy it.
Thank you. We'll read it. Thank you. But yeah, he wants to read. He doesn't necessarily want to go out. But I'm assuming Rivellon and Ustenia, you both like go out on day 1 and like you stay most of the week out there hunting, and then you come back with your cat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to be just like? Are you going to be like? Are you specifically when you're going out hunting? Are you doing the hunting for? What are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to get like pelts of animals? You trying to get like things to mount, or are you trying to get like meat and food out of it? Because those it'll entail different creatures you're trying to hunt.
Okay.
affect how much
Well,
you get.
basically try and make some money back, so I'm going for pelts and trophies and things like that you can sell.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Big, like,
all right.
deer
So you're
heads
not
with the
going
big
for like
antlers on them.
yeah, you're not going for like things that are hunted for food and stuff, like because you could like catch and hunt like a whole bunch of rabbits and stuff like that, and just have like pounds of it to bring back and could probably sell. But if you're going for pelts, and that'd be fox and and the like. So okay, all right, that can definitely be done. So we'll do this in order of how I asked. So first one, Isaac, I need you to roll 5 checks for your craft.
Okay. What
Okay.
with I've got tools and stuff, and I've done this. But how did we do this before?
That means you're going to be. So you're rolling. So
Not
you're specifically
proficient
trying to
in the
carve.
tools, I don't think yet, because I bought them as a thing just so I had implements. Wasn't it the thing?
Yeah,
and
but
then,
I think yes. So I think.
But I've done.
The way you're gonna...
But I've already done quite a bit with it, so maybe.
I'll say make a. So you're specifically just trying to carve out and finish these claws, right?
Yes, I've got.
Carving.
Hold on, I've got. I've got 12 left, I think.
Well,
Oh no,
12
12 broken ones and 4 fine ones left, and I have 6 basic, like carved claws basic, and 2 carved claws moderate so far.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check with a proficiency modifier. And we're going to be doing that 5 times.
What's my proficiency right now? It's +3.
3. It's 3. Yep.
It's 3.
So
you're level
if I just do dex, and then
Plus
we'll
3.
add 3, so that's a so that's an 18 for the first day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a.
I've got a
dex
DC
save
in
and
my head, so you're going through your.
Why don't
we'll see
you?
how good these are? So you're doing this 5 times.
Yeah,
Why don't you
18.
just go to
I'll be
your
back
saves?
in 2 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
Why don't you just go to
Fine.
your saves, give yourself proficiency in it, and just roll from there, and then take away your proficiency when you're done.
Is that by hitting the star? Ah, yeah.
It's hit the star, yeah. And then just take it away when you're finished rolling.
That's a 15. That's a natural 20. That's a 2.
Ooh.
And that's a 19.
Oh. That's pretty good. all in all.
That's some really.
All right. So
So there's 4 fine.
you spend 5.
Yeah, there's 4.
So you spend.
Sorry.
You spend 5 days going through. And the way I'm working this, I'm averaging, and I'm figuring out if you've succeeded the majority of the tests or not, which you did because my DC was 15.
Yeah.
For something that is sellable. That 20 does push you up there quite a bit, as well as I remember to take off your proficiency
Already have.
check. Okay. So you get through. Not only do you finish the full claws, because you do that on the second day,
Yeah.
or the third day, you kind of like blow through it, and it's like these are nice. You go through and you finish the broken ones too. You use the artistic merit of the broken claw to kind of make interesting design, kind of these half finished ones, kind of like carve little designs off the top broken bits and stuff.
Yeah.
And what you get out of it is some very nice looking bits of art. And when you go to sell them, you can, with how good they are and your checks, you could probably sell all of it, because how much would that be? That would be how many claws total?
18 plus the ones I had at 26 claws.
26.
And they are, obviously, I will enforce the fact that these are claws from a displacer beast that have been lovingly and carefully carved.
Okay.
Hand carved by my own.
Hand
Give
carved.
me a persuasion check with advantage, because of the workmanship there.
Advantage.
Advantage, yes.
Advantage.
That's a natural 20!
Oh!
23.
Okay, you can sell
Nice.
the whole lot to this individual who's like a traveling merchant,
Yeah.
and he deals in rare items. And he's willing to buy Displacer Beast claws, especially these carved. So he knows somebody that can maybe enchant. He tells for like neck. And he wants to buy the lot for 400 gold.
Holy shit.
I will sell them
These
for
are it's a
400.
Displacer Beast. These things are not native to the plane.
Yeah.
They're non-native to the plane. and
Isaac
the
just made his
carved.
money back. Holy
Basically,
shit.
you've done half the job for an enchanter.
Yeah.
'Cause part of the enchanting process is making it a unique item and doing carves and carving and things like that. This could be enchanted really easily, so these are worth a lot now. So yes, you get 400 gold pieces out of that. That is a big
High five. Well done.
payday for that. He spent almost, I don't know, a month or more working on these.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Well, yeah. at least 24 hours of work, like in terms of. No, more than that. It'd be way more than that.
8 times 5 is 40, right? Yeah.
Yeah, plus the probably 6 hours that I've already put in as a character, so 46 hours work on 26 items.
It's a good bit of work.
Yeah, but that's a good return on them, considering that's one beast we killed ages ago.
Yeah, that's true.
One beast killed ages ago. Well, hey.
And the only cost for me was buying a jeweler's kit, which cost me 25 gold.
That's the importance of thinking ahead with that stuff. But
375 gold profit.
Profit. Sesh, you spend the week going around and working at some healers locations. Like there's some like street. There's some buildings that offer healing and things, and you kind of like offer your service for just normal things. There's a lot of people that are doing construction and stuff. They need help. There's a couple of like
broken bones, dislocated fingers.
Broken bones. There's some rich people that go out and they want to have a healer look at them, that kind of stuff. So you're basically offering your services in the city. Give me 5 medical check.
5 medicine checks. Cool.
5 minutes.
1. Ooh, 2. Oof. Ah!
Natural 20.
3.
You're good.
4. 5. Oh, well, that's pretty fucking good, just to put it out there, except for that first
20,
roll.
15, 16, 16.
Wow.
Not bad. So that's some really good work.
She's a good doctor. What can I say?
Yeah, good doctor. The first day you just do some basic stuff with like people that have broken bones and scrapes and stuff from construction, but you catch the eye of some like really influential individuals, and for the next 4 days you're helping kind of some big pursed individuals with their stuff, and they pay well. So at the end of the week, you make 125 gold pieces from just getting paid out for medicals that you're most of that in the last 4 days. For 125 gold pieces, which is a very good payment. But your
a good payment for 5 days of work.
You have highly trained services that you do very well. So your name gets out there quite heavily.
Like there's this big dragonborn lady.
Yeah.
She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah, So you do that. Okay. And because so now Ustenia and Rivellon, because you're helping each other, you're going to be rolling these with advantage. So, who wants to roll this? Because you're going to be rolling survival, and you're going to be not survival. You're going to be rolling what's the word for it? Because you have to hunt. So you're going to be doing. No. I'm trying to.
It would be survival.
Yeah, it'd be survival to do this. It would be nature and then survival.
I would weigh that but
I like it +5 and +4. +5 on nature and +4 on survival.
Ustinia has like his bonuses to perception and his bonuses to hunting though, just because of his background and such.
Yes.
Well, this is a downtime activity, so we're kind of condensing this.
Also,
so
like, don't forget, Rivellon preferred terrain that might affect your nature check if you're making nature checks.
Well, he's already got an advantage. You can't have double advantage.
Yeah.
You can't have double. Basically, you're going to be rolling 5 nature checks, and that's going to be to see if you're finding the areas and everything, and then survival checks is what you get home every day. So we're going to be rolling that. So roll your 5 nature checks with advantage. Whoever wants to roll nature.
Yeah,
I've got +5 on nature, mate. What have you got?
Do it. No.
Okay.
Do it. You do it.
Sure.
Yes.
He's the barbarian.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
20. Wow.
Oh, sorry, that was. I didn't hit.
Clicking.
I didn't hit advantage. Sorry.
And that's also the wrong. Okay, that was right.
Just roll it again and then.
Yeah.
There you go.
21.
I have to hit
25,
advantage after
21.
everyone. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's fine.
annoying.
It's fine.
Okay.
Wow. So, you're doing really good so far.
Yep.
Beating the DCs by a lot.
So last one, yeah.
Yeah.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. I've got that. So that's going to modify your final result. Give me 5 survival checks. Whoever wants to roll that.
I've got +4. What about you, bud?
Not that high.
Okay.
I'm plus.
He's an advisor on the trip. Ustini is helping you through things. He knows where to go, and that's what's to help. Okay, all right. Good. Okay.
That's 3.
Some
4.
decent rolls there.
One more. I mean, he's rolling with it.
We've had some really decent downtime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
think-
you guys are highly trained in. Well, you guys are highly skilled individuals. who
Yes,
are-
not highly trained.
Yeah, not highly trained. No, yours is natural.
I'm highly trained. You're highly
yeah.
talented.
Yeah, highly skilled individuals that are working through things that, and you're somewhat known in the community as well. For some people. So okay, with that, you have a huge take for the 5 days, or basically 4.5, because you spend half a day getting out there, or yeah, 4 days because half a day getting out there, half a day getting back. But you find a nice spot. Ustenia helps you find a good place to hunker down and find some very in-demand pelts and animal skins and bit and creatures that have, obviously the creatures that have them, finding a pile of them. With that, you're also able to very effectively, by the way, you only failed one of those DCs, and every one of the almost every other one of them you beat by a lot.
It was that 14, wasn't it? It was that 14 that I failed.
No. It was the. It was the 14. Yeah, it was.
Sorry, I let you down.
Actually, I was getting that mixed up. You didn't fail a single DC because I thought I was counting the 9 for some reason. You didn't fail a single DC, but the 14 was the DC. So,
Yeah.
So everything else was amazing. So, you're able to basically, at a point, you don't have the ability of getting any more back to town. Like you come to the point where where you'll be overloading your horses, even just not riding them, and just you go out there and you're just bringing home like this is a huge.
Bringing home the hides, I guess.
Bringing home the bacon.
Yeah.
So you spend a couple of days also skinning and doing pre-prep for the pelts and the tails and antlers and things, just things you're bringing, and you've got this stuff stacked. When you bring it in, you go to the tannery who is willing to take these, especially after having worked with Ustenia before, and they're willing to give them a listen. The skins themselves you're able to sell for 100 gold pieces, just like a huge stack of skins you're able to pelts you're able to bring in. The various bits and pieces you find a lot of potion shops are willing to buy this stuff, like antlers for additives, fox's eye, stuff like that, just things that are useful in alchemy that you save. And you're able to sell those for another 100 gold pieces on top of that. So grand total, you get about 200 gold pieces between the both in direct bring. So
100 each.
Yep.
Sounds
it's
good
a
to me.
good take.
To be honest.
Yeah, it's a good day's work. I mean, that's basically 100 days work for an average person in D&D. But you're literally it was like every hour you're bringing home another thing over your shoulder back to the campsite.
Ustenia's taking out his carving knife and cutting it open, and you're going back at
It's
it.
basically how it
After
works.
the first couple of 100, he's going, "I've got to sharpen my knife again."
Yeah, that's basically how it happened, Ustenia. You stayed in camp most of the time, doing all the prep and doing all the cleaning, and he just kept bringing back shit.
There's a
Just,
small area
all
of
this
forest
stuff.
that's just had its entire natural population wiped out.
Yeah. At a certain point, you had to relocate the
Every
camp.
time he's bringing stuff back, he's getting more and more relaxed.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is as well is that Rivalon knows not to overhunt, so he probably would know don't kill the females, don't kill XYZ sort of.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you were for antlers and stuff, you're looking at males that are of age and stuff.
Excuse me, Mikey. That's sexist.
I mean, they even tell you I've been hunting. They're like, yeah, don't kill them.
I know.
They're not replaced. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you're hunting feral hog, then you take everything.
You just take out your fucking assault weapon and just dump the magazine.
Yep. 30 to 40 feral hawk. But yeah, and also you ate very well while you were out. And even
I'm
then,
not surprised.
yeah, even then you left a lot to like in areas that it would be used by by nature, just like for scavenging, because you you could have just like dried half this stuff and also taken it with you. Wouldn't have to buy anything for a while, but grand total everything, and also Demir finishes one of his books he did by reading. So yeah, throughout that time, you've all made your money and done your work. R1, I'll have Crimson roll some dice when you're next, and
we'll see how many thousands of gold he brings in.
We'll see how he does, because
he's a very proficient performer.
Yeah, he is. Because he made almost that. He made almost what you made session one night, one time.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good choice in location, and good performance. But yeah, so you've spent 5 days doing that. It's kind of weird as well, because most of you haven't been away from each other in a long time.
Yeah, weeks.
Yeah, since for you weeks, but for some of these guys,
it's months.
Yeah,
months. Yeah. So it's kind of weird, Isaac. Because you're spending most of your time, I'm assuming, in like the tavern, just.
I was
sipping on a glass of red wine, and
I was gonna also try to get comfortable on the skyship.
They don't allow you on the skyship before your departure.
Then yes, I'll be at the tavern.
So you're spending a lot of time with Demir. Demir's there reading stuff while you're.
I offer to, if he has any questions, if he starts reading the holy book, if he has any questions, I will be more than happy to.
Do you pay attention to what he's reading?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got time.
Oh yeah, you've got plenty of time. He's not reading your book. He's got 5 books plus yours. So he's got 6 books in a stack next to him, and yours isn't near the top. It's kind of mixed in with the others. So he's reading a pretty sizable tome. That it's about. He starts at about a third way through, but it looks to be, when you see the spine, it has writing on it, and it's the histories and trials of the conqueror.
Of the conqueror.
Of the conqueror.
Is this about the Elven Kingdom's history? The conqueror.
You're asking.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard stories when I was a kid. It's an interesting tale. I thought it was something that I wanted to know more about. So I found the book. It was 20 gold. It was worth it.
Very interesting. I believe some of my father's lineage goes back to that time.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know a lot about them, so I always thought it would be interesting to figure out where they came from, who exactly they were. Maybe they were a Teshian.
It's more than possible.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I want to finish this. If I have, I'll take a look at your book you gave me.
We've got plenty of time. I don't need it back either.
Mine? No?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
That's more than okay.
To read it, and yeah, by the time it's actually surprising, he reads really fast. 'Cause this is a tome.
Yeah.
And he gets through it in the week.
Nice.
Or in the 5 days. That
Yeah.
he started about a third of the way through and reached 2/3 of the book in there. Surprising. Especially from what you've heard from Ustenia and stuff like that, because they weren't taught to read common. So he taught himself, and he learned to read quickly. He's good.
Fair enough.
So
He's an intelligent boy.
He's very intelligent. He's above average, at least.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, he goes through that. But yeah, it's interesting because Sash, Isaac, Rivellon, Ustenia, being away from each other, in a lot of ways, is just kind of weird, to say the least. Weird. You also don't see Arawan throughout the whole 5 days. He's staying other places.
Staying other places, boosting it up, making a lot of money.
Different bedroom every night.
Maybe he met up with that blue dragonborn that was in the boat, the bath.
Bathhouse.
You know
Oh yeah,
that.
maybe the bathhouse lady. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Lady.
I still remember that because my brain is stupid.
He's a high roller. He's high roller in with.
We're not
a lot of
affiliated
episodes.
with the High Rollers podcast. Just saying.
No.
I joke.
We are, however, sponsored by Kraken Rum. Not yet.
Oh, fucking that would be great, wouldn't it? We all had a bottle of Kraken every time. Do they have Kraken as a rum in the US?
Yeah, Chad.
Yes, they do. That's where I got it first. They have Kraken. in the US.
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay, fair enough.
When I was in the US, there was bottles of Kraken rum. I bought one
Okay.
and I drank it, and it was good.
Okay. But yeah, you finish your 5 days and meet back up again. After having gotten through your work.
What time does the actual skyship leave? Like, is it in the morning?
You were told
afternoon?
beforehand it's the afternoon. Not near daybreak, but close to it. They still have a couple hours of sunlight when they start. But yeah, that's when they're ready to go. So you get back together. You got maybe about a little bit of time before you leave, and most of that's also because you need to get all your horses and stuff
Yeah.
up and into the skyship, which is an ordeal.
Horses
It
don't
doesn't
like
go up
heights.
that thing.
Yeah, there's only so much space in the elevator, and it's got to keep the horses calm while going up. But yeah, you get loaded
Steny is
in.
just there, animal handling all of them. It's fine.
But yeah, it takes you a bit to get all your stuff up and into the ship. You could, if you wanted to, you could buy anything you want. One last time, quickly, if you want to buy anything with your new money and monetary wealth.
I don't think I've got enough to get anything. I think we just got to go.
You just gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gotta go.
Just gotta go. All right.
Unless
Gotta
there's
go.
unless anywhere sells reliquaries.
Not that you know of.
No, I don't think so.
Not that you know of, Mr. Holy Relic. You were able to basically force blackmail out of a
priest.
That poor old man. I wonder how the Sister Superior is treating him now, that poor old bastard.
Well, given the fact that actually, Isaac, did you ever go back
Nope.
to the temple? Nope.
Nope. He was drunk.
Nope.
No, I meant during the week. He had
No,
5
I
days.
didn't. I specifically didn't, because they know
Oh,
I'm
so you-
going. So I've been praying alone.
Okay. All right then. So yeah. So you have no idea how Sister Superior felt about that.
Nope.
Yeah.
There,
She's gonna
that
turn
might
up
be
one
the
day
reason.
at the-
He's got flashbacks to his time in his religious studies with another Sister Superior and a ruler.
Well, no. Well, the place I studied was fraternal.
a cane, I think you
Oh,
mean.
then one of the brothers,
Yeah.
the senior brothers with
With a cane. Just whack.
Learn,
There's a reason.
learn.
No, I like the idea that they don't like whip. They've got like mirrors and they flash light in your eyes because it's Palor. They just direct sunlight to just annoy you? Like,
I mean, if we're going really like corporal punishment and like Palor sun god, it'd be like burning or something like that. It'd be,
oh.
it'd be like a hot.
So
it'd be like
casting
a hot
sacred flame on you.
Like no,
well,
they,
it'd be like a hot needle and just like putting it on the back of your palm or something, or back of your hand or something.
Oh,
like
my
that.
hand
or
went
hot
like that.
wax,
Oh.
or hot wax or something, or
hot wax.
or some shit.
Yeah, hot
Yeah,
wax as well.
Hot needle and just place it behind the knee.
Oh no!
Oh, there's the place I was looking for.
I'm out.
Where everybody's going. I know it, because it's like that sunburn thing behind the knees.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Anyway, so we
That
don't
makes
have
you
most
walk
of
so
our
attractively,
audience
doesn't it?
cringe.
Yeah, every single person in the audience has just been like,
Wincing,
nope, like,
wincing. Everyone's wincing.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get everything loaded up and ready to go, and on the afternoon, you begin your journey with the cast off of the ship, and it's upper and lower sails unfurled, and it begins slowly pulling away and out, and it starts going. It starts going kind of southwesterly out of Gorgon. Just keeps slowly going out. You've got quite the time. You've got another, what was it? It was
2 weeks.
2
believe you
weeks
said.
of journey. On.
All right, more dice rolls.
Well, the question is, what do you want to do in that 2 weeks of time?
I don't know what there is to do on a skyship. It's not like you can
Not a
fish.
lot.
No.
It's not a lot. You can't fish. Can't fish because it's
Sunbathing.
It's 200 feet in the air. So
We're all just on the deck sunbathing with a glass of wine.
oh, that is true.
Maybe we-
Basically,
Maybe
This
we
is a-
Sharpening my swords, my arrows.
yeah, you are in a very like this is maybe a cargo ship, but the cabins are meant for high class individuals, so you do have access to like really nice
stuff.
amenities. Like this,
Yeah.
this is like feather beds. You got a window in every cabin, a
How does
footlocker.
how does Demir feel about that? See, he's probably never been like this high class.
He has.
ever.
Yeah, that's the weird. He's also got his own room, and he's
He's like,
used
I
to sharing a-
don't.
he's used to sharing a
Personal
yurt.
space.
So,
It's like personal space. What the fuck is that?
so
He spends a lot of time inside reading, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
actually no.
Or outside reading.
He spends he spends a lot of time on the deck reading.
Yeah.
He does not seem to like being that alone. And like,
Could I join him and do all my masonry things? Just sit beside him and just mason like
masonry. Do you have stone on you?
I keep small pieces of like shaft to etch in and carve and
Okay.
stuff.
All right, I'll let that happen.
I want to.
Yeah, you can if you want.
I want to
Yeah,
get to
I'm
know
just
the
gonna
captain.
chill out with him.
The captain. Okay.
The-
Yeah, there's
the
a lot of
the
open.
Palorian.
She invites you every night to
Ooh.
the captain's mess. Everybody, like all the guests.
Does
It's a
she
thing.
get up and pray?
Not get up. She does like she's like, hold hands, please.
No. I'm talking about morning prayer for Palor.
If she does, she doesn't get up publicly. She
Okay.
has the sky ship. It's kind of reversed to what we think a normal ship. The bow on the underside is where the glass like front is, where her cabin has like a nice like basically bay window kind of
Yeah.
thing going. So that's where she's at. So she probably has a nice view of the.
I pray.
sunrise.
I find the best light that I can to pray every day.
Be on the deck. Be on the
Yeah.
deck. There's so that's fine. But yeah, every night invite to the captain's mess, where she does pray over her food, like have a prayer, and so she
Say grace.
take hand. Does that. Pretty standard stuff.
Thank you, O Sun
and yeah.
Father, for providing the light to give us this bountiful meal.
So which provided, bountiful meal, which provided sustenance to the plants that we are about to eat, and provided sustenance to the plants that the animals that we are about to eat ate. It goes on a bit.
Can we eat now?
Yeah, basically that's every night.
I'm just like Bahamut.
You're not
thanks,
required
bruh.
to go.
That's it.
either. She invites you.
I
You can
definitely
eat in your
go.
cabin.
I go once or twice, just to show
okay.
my face.
I go every night.
Dude.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll go.
Ustenia, Demir, like, when he's not reading, he's hanging out with you. He's wanting to,
Okay.
he's wanting to hear what's going on and how you've been, like the specifics of your stories and stuff. He wants to know the specific of the thing you're wearing, and how that came about.
This
'Cause you're
fucking
wearing
thing.
a displacer beasts on your head. So he wants to know that. He also he updates you on a lot of things that are going on that have happened since you left. Cousin Tonga has had a baby and moved to one of the other tribe groups in the west. And you remember cousin Tonga's pretty like a kind of a bubbly girl you remember from your childhood, and she liked sewing and stuff. Uncle Draco came back from his
What
time
a
in Raptus.
name! What a name!
It's a
Draco.
great name. I love it.
That's a great name for a big
Very
step
strong
rider. That's a
Uteshian name.
good
Yeah.
Uteshian name. Draco.
That's a man who will tear you in half.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the name that a lot of burly men chant in a fist fight. That's what that.
Yeah. I guess.
Draco, Draco.
He came back
I just
from
need a second.
Raptus.
Sorry, just give me a second, yeah?
No worries.
Give me
Yeah.
a second.
Go ahead. Wait. What do you want to do with your time, Rivalon?
I'm going to work on keeping maintaining my armor, sharpening my sword, my arrows, all my arrowheads so they're nice and sharp. Maybe see if I can do a bit of practice on the deck. Maybe even teach some of the crew how to shoot a bow properly.
I'll say you're able to get a little bit. It's not like a proper range. The ship's not big enough for that, but you can get like a hay bale for like the horses, and you can bring it up a little bit, and and you do like a little bit. Like, it's not a challenge. It's it's like a youth range kind of thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things, but you're kind of doing it just to keep yourself flexible and not lose practice and things like that.
Yeah,
Picking a spot and being able to hit it is good practice.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you, Ustenia. But yeah, he talks. Sorry, he came back.
No, it's fine. No. You were going with him first, and you didn't know how long he was going to be. That's fine.
He talks about cousin Draco coming back from Raptus because he decided to be a mercenary for a couple of years. And he also, when he left, he said he was going to be putting his name in for the choosing. And you remember this will be his third time trying. You remember Draco's a loudmouth, and not a lot of people like him. So it's he's just he's a fun at a party, but when you're not sober kind of person.
I know plenty of those people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since you left, due to a marriage between a cousin that from another group, there's a couple new lands to the north of your current range that the tribe now has access to now manage. He also tells you at one point he was able to go to the outskirts of Tarkova because he went with a trade party for the first time that were trading like horses for the first time they would go there. Says first time he saw the Sky Tower, Kova, and the Great Library near the Gull River Junction. You've seen it a couple of times because you went with the trade parties a lot, and Tarkova is like a huge trade hub. And yeah, he's kind of wide-eyed about it. It's his thing. But yeah, he basically regales you with a lot of things and listens to you regale him about the stuff. So yeah, that's a lot of his time when he's not reading. He's doing that with you. Unless there's anything else you want to do as well on top of that during
No. I think we're single-minded determination here. We just want to get there, get home.
Yeah. All right. So spend time with your brother and just kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, Rivellon. You spend. You set up your range. It's not a thing that you can do all the time. Just a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And you do get a couple of like. There's a cabin boy, who works on the ship. That you're able to kind of like, yeah, I wanna give it a shot, and you know, maybe 14 years old or something like. Try doing. Give him a little bit of some pointers. It's difficult for him to do a draw with the bow because it's a
Proper bow.
It's a proper bow. But you give him some pointers. You know, you help him do the draw. You know, kind of doing that thing, and he's not the best, but he doesn't hit anybody, so that's a plus. Yeah, you get to do that, and you spend a lot of time working on your armor and managing it, and getting it to sharpen, get the nicks out of your swords that have started to build up because you haven't had a lot of time to maintain
the
stuff.
weaponry.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that, and you also were able to unstring your bow, let it, you know, sit unstringed for a little bit and get its shape. You know, make sure it's not, because you know you need to do that with the bow every so often. To make sure it doesn't.
You keep cutting out, buddy.
Oh, better now?
Yeah. You just keep cutting out every now and then.
Yeah, it's probably because of my
noise gate.
Noise gate. I'll bring it down a little bit. But yeah, you're able to get it. You unstring the bow and let it kind of sit for a while and unstring because you need to do that with the bow every so often. But yeah, that's your time. Arwan spends a lot of his time writing, making up songs,
doing R1.
Doing an R1. Probably doing impromptu shows or impromptu little performances during the day for the crew and stuff. Because you're spending 3 weeks essentially. Well, two and a half or something. No, it's 2.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. Just kind of doing your thing. And actually, specifically, because I need to roll for the ship. That's not good. That's even worse. That was okay. That was a 2, a 1, and an 18.
Okay.
On the ship. So
F.
That kind of that wasn't the best. Okay, so the first week is not the best. You do a route around, but you have to spend a couple of days anchored to a hill on the coast when a storm rolls through from the west and just like you don't even get a chance outside. Like you're below decks most of the time because it's just like storms and winds and it's just very, you know, every so often the ship like lurches because it's being pulled a little bit and the
Anchor's holding it still.
Holding it, man. But after a few days, it lets up and you start going. But then you do hear the captain complain about a headwind that's coming in. That's slowing you down quite a bit. That's 2. After that, which is probably a delay of a week, you spent of having to anchor down and the headwinds. After a delay of about a week cumulative, then it's easy sailing from that point. And so, grand total, you're looking at a 3-week round, 3-week full trip because of the delays and the weather, which is never exact when it comes to skyships. So, they'd warn you about.
Yeah,
that.
I wanted a. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Utari?
I said the storms have slowed us on the boats as well.
Yes,
yep.
I would.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you probably could have
just
kept
been
momentum
worse.
going in the storms, but
Did I find
Either
anything
way.
about the captain and talking to her about the faith and smaller aspects of the faith and?
yes, she used to be during the week, essentially in delays and stuff. You had a lot of time to just kind of spend below deck, and there's not a lot to do. She tells you she used to be a follower of Moradin for most of her life until she was a crew member on a cargo ship.
What's her name, by the way?
Oh, her name is... Second?
Stedna Marisol. Oh, wait.
Second, dear. That is... Thorla.
Can you spell that for me?
That is Tango Hotel, Romeo, Oscar, Lima, Alpha.
Tango Hotel Oscar. Tango Hotel Oscar.
Tango Hotel, Romeo, Oscar, Lima, Alpha.
Thorla.
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 Yes.
Yeah, so she was originally Morden.
Yep, and she used to be a crew member on a transport ship for the Freehold's Navy. And one day they had a storm that crashed the ship, and she was stranded on an island near the continent of Odlith. And what got her through that was she remembered that the sun could be used to... She had a little bit of glass. She was able to use the sun to start a fire, and she was also able to use the sun to make water by getting a hole in the sand and getting something. She was able to make water out of that, and she started, looking into that, and through that she found the Palor faith when she came to Gorgon, and she's also just kind of through the years she's grown more and more, and she was able to put money together with the trade guild and buy a ship, and she named it after her favorite fable from
the Good
Book of Palor. Yes. One of these days I'll think of a name for it, and we'll use that'll become canon.
There is a couple of actual listed names.
But I
there's no
Bibble.
Bibble.
Yeah. But either way, that's her story.
The Book of the Sunfather.
Yeah. But yeah, she goes. That's her story. What you get out of that. Yeah.
I tell her a little bit about myself, omitting obviously my lineage.
Yeah, I assumed.
Say that, but I will say that I was raised in one of the monasteries high in the mountains of the Northern Kingdom by brothers of Palor, and that I was trained in some of the more historic inquisitorial arts, and have served Palor since I was a child, technically, all the way up until now.
Oh, so you're not a monk?
No, I personally am I'm trained by monks and I work with the faith, but I'm not I am an inquisitor. I'm not bound by the cloth as most monks are.
Oh, so all right.
He'll snap your neck if he wants to.
My job is to basically seek those.
By the way, just give me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
She's about to fucking stab you.
Oh, that's bad. 7.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for the follow on XSplit Nordic Greek. Appreciate it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. She's getting close to you. Her hands on your knee.
Oh.
Nothing trips any alarms there. She's just smiling and listening.
I seek out those that would wish to harm members of our faith and those who cannot help themselves, and
that's
and deal with them.
So noble of you.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I do my duty. It is the will of our Lord.
Yeah,
Smash. Wait, what?
Oh God, he's rolling dice.
I'm being flirted with.
And he's just like, I don't fucking know what's going on, man. Oh my god, help!
No, yeah, she's just getting close. She's right next to you. Her hands.
How
on your
old is she?
knees. Middle-aged dwarvish woman.
Hey.
Okay, so about 100.
About 100, yeah. About 100.
Hey, don't be racist, all right? Just because she's older than you doesn't mean. She
I mean,
doesn't know what
hey,
she's doing.
you're half angel. Nobody's
Yeah.
perfect.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, an immortal
Roach, if I'm
mated with a
in
human
the game,
and
would you kick me?
Yeah. Yeah. So, because you're not a monk, that means you don't have a oath of celibacy? Is that
What?
Oh my.
I love it if that was actual.
At least she's
That was actually
that is actually Isaac's reaction.
F.
Everybody on the deck just like everybody's on the deck just like it's,
I don't know. Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
We're-
Yes,
we're-
and
Your
come on.
character.
Yes, and
Isaac,
Yes,
Isaac, just smash. Just do it. It'll be fine.
Get in there. Go on.
it'll be funny if the religious man gets some before the bard in this campaign.
That would make it even better. Let's be
And he's
honest.
not even
Oh my
here.
God.
He's not even
About
here.
it for a week.
Fuck it. All right. Technically, no, it does not.
That's interesting. Would you like some wine?
Yeah, let's get him drunk.
Let's head to my cabin and have a nice bottle
Give me an
of wine.
opposed charisma check.
Oh God. Just flat charisma. Or is it a charisma save you want, or?
Yeah, it's an opposed. Yeah, opposed. So yeah, give me a charisma save. She's doing.
I got a +6 to this, so that's a 25.
Roach, could you remove me from the game because I'm trying to rejoin it because things got weird. I'm trying to rejoin it.
We have to
and it won't
finish
let
soon
me.
anyway, buddy.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
literally at
still.
time, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, well with that, we'll end it on a cliffhanger, and Isaac can
Think
think
about
about
what he's gonna
this.
do.
Can think about this, though you can tell she's interested.
Really?
She's after that.
Really?
angelic
You're
being.
saying she's interested? I would not have guessed that.
All right, so thank you everybody for watching this week. We will be back next week. Fingers crossed. We were not here last week, unfortunately. But next week might be our last one for maybe a week or two. Not sure. I'll have to talk to the group because I'm out next week. Until because I've got it's the week. Not next week. The week after is my show week. So I've got next week on, but not the week.
We'll have to work it out. We'll have to
talk and walk.
We'll talk it through.
But yes, if you follow Rival or follow me on my Discord or Twitters or whatever, we will let you know. But we will be here next week at the same time, 7:30 BST. Thank you again to Commissar Roach for writing this campaign DM for us. And thank you for all of these guys for joining me. We will be back next week. See you then.
Bye.